On the microphone, when he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
About an hour or two after dinner, and we generally don't have sweets in our house much, but I have shockingly I have a sweet tooth, and I just did this. Everyone's done this. It's kind of like a second cousin to when you go onto Netflix or something and you never watch anything, you just flip around and look for things to watch.
Right.
So I do the thing where, like, everyone's done this. You're standing in front of the fridge or freezer and you're just scanning. And it's the same stuff that was there yesterday. You're just hoping to find something new, right?
Yeah.
So I opened the freezer and I'm just like, is there anything in here I forgot? Is there like an Otter Pop, something? I don't know. And I open it up.
A Poncho Punch.
Something, maybe leftover from the kids when they were babies. I don't care. It's frozen. I'll eat it. And I open it up and boom, there's two things. My wife had gone to CVS or Rite Aid that day for something, and she picked up two things, a double chocolate malted crunch Thrifty's ice cream. And It was like, oh my God, this is like, and it's because I wasn't expecting it.
Probably the best find ever.
The best find ever, and the ice cream tasted that much better. So every once in a while, this happens.
Do you have the Thrifty's
scoop
gun?
That's what I got for Christmas. Yes, I did. I got it for Christmas.
Of course you do.
I got it for Christmas.
They made it better, didn't it?
It really honestly did, because it comes out in the Thrifty.
In the cone, in the cylinder?
Yeah, and I didn't even, in the cylinder. And I didn't put it in a cone. I just do a bunch of cylinders in the bowl. It's so fun. Just, and I even do the thing where, like, I'll fill up I have a little bowl that I use, and I fill it with hot water. And then that way I so
the maximum amount of
go in there and then again, and then of course I always stop at 2. So that was a great feeling. Just like every once in a while, I will get up at 3:30, grab the coffee, go outside, set my workstation up, do my thing. And by the way,
over there before I get my coffee.
And by the way, I'm so stupid. By setting up my workstation, I mean putting my coffee on the table and pulling my phone out. That's
elaborate.
And I go in there, and you got in and you wrote out the show.
I did.
That's great. It's just that is the found Thrifty's ice cream of work. So which
was better?
Ice cream. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that really is a tough one. It's such a good. It's like today's going to be great.
Okay,
it's going to be a great day.
I hope I made your day better.
Yesterday, not a great day at post work.
Really?
Today, yeah, I'll tell you off the air. Yesterday was a very challenging day off the air there was like, when you have one of those days where, like, you get hit with something, then you get hit with something else. It was just one of those days. Today's going to be wonderful. And I even have a story to tell that I found out last night that somehow happened a month ago, and I didn't hear about this. But this is absolutely
the Kings made the playoffs.
Yes, Chris, you weren't.
That would be great news.
Yeah. Hello.
Found ice cream.
Yeah, it's one right. So apparently, our kids clean their rooms. That's one of their chores. We don't clean their rooms for them. That's you clean your own room. They've done that for a while now. But about once a year, Melissa will go in and she deep cleans. Like they clean their room, but then she goes in, she'll like clean the carpets, wipe down everything. Like she has to go in and cobweb everything. Just deep cleans the room because they're gross little kids and you never know what's hanging out.
And you're not going to do it.
If it was up to if it was up to me, yeah, they'd be
I got ice cream to eat.
Right, exactly. There'd be ice cream bowl, there'd be little baby hoarders.
Yeah.
She's cleaning my son's room. And it turns out what she did that she hasn't done before is she moved his bed so that she could clean the carpet underneath it, which I don't know why you need to do that because nobody steps on it, but that felt right to her. She moves his bed and she finds 5 plastic baggies. She goes down and looks at the baggies. And they all have this little white thing in them. Apparently, my son, when he loses a tooth, puts it in the baggie and puts it under his pillow for the tooth fairy, like every kid does. Apparently, when the tooth fairy, I guess, he would lose the tooth. Like all parents, we inform them of this and the process that you go through for the tooth fairy. And you lose the tooth, you put it in the bag, you put it underneath your pillow, and in the morning there's a nice crisp $1 bill or whatever it is.
Parents are the middleman.
We're the middle persons, Chris.
Okay.
Well, once my son learned that, apparently he made the decision at some point to cut out the middleman. He would lose the tooth, put it in the baggie, put it underneath the pillow. And according to my son, when we sat him down and asked him, when he woke up and found that the tooth was still under his pillow, he decided the tooth fairy was busy, obviously didn't have time, pushed the baggie to the back of his bed so that if the tooth fairy came in the future, maybe she'd see the teeth she missed and give him double money. And so apparently my son would put the tooth underneath the pillow. This is his thought process. Wake up, look under the bed and go, oh, I guess the tooth fairy did come. And then push the tooth down and then just went about his day. Never said a word. 5 teeth. 5 teeth underneath his bed.
Gross.
Right. In little baggies. I know this. When I
thought he was knocking other kids out.
Yeah, right. He just grabbed the teeth, makes a necklace.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't know about y'all, but times were tough in my own personal kid budget. I needed every dollar I could get.
Oh, I wasn't getting dollars.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Quarters. Yeah. Exactly.
I paid my taxes.
50 cents meant 5 of those little red fireballs.
Yeah. Baseball cards.
Baseball cards.
Yeah.
So I would wake up in the morning and I don't even remember. I don't think the tooth fairy ever missed, but if in fact I woke up and my tooth was still underneath the pillow, I would have grabbed it and ran down the hall. You guys need to talk to her immediately.
Yeah.
And I want interest. What is going on here? She's slipping. My ding-dong kids just like, well, I guess you didn't have time. Okay. All right. It just went on. 5 teeth.
I'll wait.
I mean, maybe she'll figure it out eventually. Now, look, he's 15 years old. He's old enough to, we haven't had the conversation with the kids about the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and the Easter Bunny. There's never been an official proclamation as they've gotten older, but I think everyone just kind of understands, and we all kind of wink and nod. So now Melissa and I were talking last night about, all right, well, what do we do with the Tooth Fairy here as far as, there's obviously got to be a lump sum, maybe some interest involved.
$45,000.
Yeah, right. And the sad thing, and the thing with the kid is that he, and again, Avery would have been all over it. I can promise you that. She she
Should have written letters.
blows through money. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. She would have had a protest.
Yeah.
With him, I just know what'll happen. He'll get whatever he gets, and we give him paper now, not coins. With inflation.
Well, it's sensible to save.
Right,
this.
100%.
I think the Tooth Fairy would Venmo at this point.
You would think so.
Yeah.
And now he'll just go to wherever. And I don't know. The one he really needed to hide it from was his mother. Like, nobody knows where his stash is, but he'll just pull out his big roll of cash and just wrap it around that with his rubber band and put it back. Like, it's not like he's going to go out and spend it.
Sounds like a cash grab.
It is a cash grab. I mean, honestly,
This seems like a cash grab.
half of me expects that when it's time to go to college and we're worried about we got to do this and how we're going to pay for it and all that. I'm like,
I got it.
I half expect him to pull out his roll of cash and his 700 gift cards.
Yeah,
Just
and
be
his
like,
teeth.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly.
So what does
Teeth.
this get me?
Just hand him over. Just hand him to the school. Be like, hey, look, I got it.
Hello, Harvard. I'm ready.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just never
Take care of grad school while you're at it.
Right. I got the whole thing. It's just typical Mason, man. That kid he's a weirdo. I love him, but
Was there any moment where your wife, before she was like, what is like, or did she know it was a tooth right away?
She didn't know at first. She had no idea. I mean, it's not like she thought it was like piles of cocaine or anything like, which is the road I was trying to lead everybody down. No, I think she was just like, oh God, what is this?
As you were saying it, what I thought it was for a half a second.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is he clipping his nails and
just throwing them in there?
Yeah.
That would be an amazing thing to do. And I'm also, there are several different roads that, as I was telling the story, I was figuring people were going down. For example, 15-year-old boy, she moves his bed and finds things under the bed. I think we all knew where that was possibly going. So there were some stops and starts and some occasional detours there. But yeah, it was his teeth. And we
wouldn't have guessed it in a million years.
Would have guessed the teeth? No. Hey, we have one of those on the tech. There's always one of those out there. My aunt is like this too, by the way. My Aunt Ronnie is always like this. No better way to build trust with our kids than tell them they're magical creatures and give them money and gifts. Shut up.
Go outside, nerd.
Yeah, seriously.
Get out.
Dork.
Go.
First off, I have found a couple of things. I don't know if this is the case with that person, but I have found a few things. Number one, 85% of all the people I've ever heard that from do not have children. That's number one. Number two, let's say they do. Yeah, it's called make believe and imagination and fun, and you have your entire life to be cynical and contrarian and deal with crap. You have really, if you think about it, what you have. Anybody remember anything before they were like 4 or 5? Okay, and then once you get to like, I feel like 16, 17, 18, you're starting to think about you want to be an adult. No, I feel like you have about 10 years, maybe, of pure, unadulterated childhood.
Yeah. And that could change, I think, if you are a sibling of many kids.
Absolutely.
So that maybe the ones that are older tell you some things.
Right.
Like that window is a little smaller, I think.
I think you're 100% right. I think you are. And of course, listen, let's not get too deep. Some kids are forced to grow up a lot earlier than others, and different socioeconomics. I'm saying at most, I think you have 10 years of Willy Wonka and Santa Claus and
pretty good land.
Yeah,
pretty good time.
And you know what? I think that, and I mean, everybody's different. As a parent, I want them to have that. I wanted them to have that for as long as possible before the realities of the world set in and you realize everything's terrible. And, everyone's horrible. Everything's terrible. You go to work and pay bills until you die. I mean, that's the reality, kid, with the occasional sprinkle of hay. The Kings made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But for every Kings made the playoffs last year, there's 50 Malik Monk got screwed.
Right.
That's just how it is.
This might surprise you, but as a child, I was very questionable about the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus.
No way.
To where I would
doesn't add up.
To where I would get letters saying, "Hey, I'm real."
That is excellent parenting, right? See, that is excellent parenting. Just drive it through. I mean, everyone has their entire life to be a cynical, snotty little contrarian. Everyone does.
Yeah, you have more years of that.
Yes, you have it's okay. You have far more years of that. It's okay to just have a little bit, because I feel like those people, those are the ones that grow up and are like, I don't trust anything in the world is stupid. Screw you. All right, well, like I actually like to know he's going to get mad at me. But I mean, honestly, I would be curious. MC, can I ask you a question without you getting mad? And then we got to take a break. I'm really curious. Just answer me. Just give me a straight answer in the chat. And be honest. I know you will. When did you find out the truth about the make-believes? I honestly am curious if MC was one that was told early or was told late, or I'm probably going to get a response. It's like, it's going to have something with Santa with a dollar sign. I don't know, but whatever. We'll take a break when we come back. We got our season evaluations to continue. We'll get to Trey Lyles at some point today. Well, rather early. Kelly Brothers is going to join us.
Yeah.
Good at business.
Sam Amic.
I know him.
His second appearance of the week. We're going to talk about Ian Anthony Slater's article on the Kings on Mike Brown's pending, perhaps, extension. Thank God Sam's already publicly stated he voted for Malik Monk. But we will talk about the process of that, including an idea I really liked. Second time we've mentioned her on the show this week, from De'Aaron Fox's wife, Rasay, who went online and had a couple questions about the voting, and I thought they were pretty legit. So we got a, dare I say, a big fat hairy show today.
You can.
Yeah, it's Jason, it's Chris, it's myself. We'll take a break. Leading off is next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hi, this is Jeremiah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is that soft roll with that honey butter brushed on it. It's so fluffy, like a cloud. It might be a mini, but it doesn't taste like a mini. That sweet, savory bite and that fluffy roll with that honey butter on it and that crispy chicken, it's an awesome way to start your day, the perfect breakfast treat.
Breakfast starts with Chicken Minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Let's have a moment here. And the 2024 Kia 6-Man Award goes to Naz Reid of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Congratulations, Naz Reid.
Yeah.
No congratulations to Naz Reid.
Now, hey, look. Let's just we're big boys and girls here. I have nothing against Naz Reid. I have nothing against Naz Reid at all. What a great year, and I get it. I mean, I don't.
I need help understanding.
I shouldn't say I get it. You're right. I'm not going to begrudge or dislike the player based on what other people did. So, like, congratulations, Naz Reid, 2 thumbs up, whatever. What a farce. What an absolute farce. Look, there are 2 reasons Naz Reid won 6-man over, well, there's a number of them, but here's the 2. Number 1, Malik Monk got hurt. That's not Naz Reid's fault. Okay? Secondly, Naz Reid started double-digit games towards the end of the year, and when you combine those numbers and you look at it as a whole, Monk versus Naz Reid, oh, well, it's a little bit closer. Or in some cases, Naz is winning. When you look at the numbers off the bench, it's not a contest. It's Malik Monk across the board pretty much. I think Naz has him on rebounds. There is not only is there no reason for Malik Monk to not win 6-man of the year, but when you look at the voting itself, it's like a couple people left him completely off. Then there are ones that like put him 3rd. And I think there was 1 or 2 that put him 4th. Like I could even understand if like a Milwaukee writer or something was like, okay, I'm going Naz, Bobby Portis, and Malik Monk. Because in some world, people are convinced, or some. I think there's some that are like, well, team wins have to factor in. Exactly. And so it's like, okay, But he got totally screwed. And it's the closest vote they've ever had. He got absolutely hosed.
Yeah, I mean, they basically had same amount of second place votes, same amount of third place votes. The first was off by 2, and that's what the separation was. So that means at least 2, and I think there's more that left them completely off the top 3, and I don't even understand that. The other one, I feel like Sixth Man of the Year is, at least in my opinion, the easiest one to determine what the award means. Like when you say, if we asked each other or a bunch of people, what's the most valuable player mean?
Right.
And some will be like best player, best team, stats. You couldn't win without, there's some answers.
Yes.
To me, it's basically stats from somebody that comes off the bench, the best stats.
Yes.
And for the second straight year, he led in scoring.
Yep.
Second, I don't know if it was the first or second year in a row he had the most assists off the bench for a player. That's a spark. That's a sixth man. That's someone that helps it. I thought it was easy.
First player in 35 years to lead the league in bench points in back-to-back seasons and not win Sixth Man of the Year. Most points off the bench, most assists off the bench, most 20-point games off the bench, most 25-point games off the bench, most clutch points, field goals made, three-pointers off the bench. And let's remember also, as I said, most assists off the bench. It wasn't just him scoring. It's just, look. And also, and we'll be talking about this all day, there's the sliver of Kings fans out there that it's just, I get it, but it's just so dumb. They're like, hey, who cares? We didn't make the playoffs. What do we care? Well,
he cared.
He cared.
Yeah.
And generally, you care what it's not Malik Monk's fault we didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Well, good. He didn't win. Maybe it'll make it easier to sign him. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. No, it won't. And that's still just such a cynical, selfish way to look at things. I get we didn't make the playoffs. Yes, I'd rather make the play. Yes, I'd rather the team have made the playoffs and Malik Monk not win. But we didn't make the playoffs, and he didn't win. He got screwed. He got hosed. And so now, just to recap, we have Domantas Sabonis, one of the biggest hosings off the All-Star game ever. De'Aaron Fox, hosed. Malik Monk, hosed. It's just, I hope everyone going into next year with Malik Monk hopefully back, I hope the team, and this is the only way I can bright side it. I hope the team, I hope next year, like, the slogan should be like, here we chip. And I hope everybody has a giant bag of ruffles on their, not a chip on their shoulder, a bag of ruffles on their shoulder. Yeah. And everyone's just angry and out for revenge. That's how it should be. Revenge.
The revenge tour.
Best served with a B.
Yes.
Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
They'll dribble it out, take the violation.
Miami lost the first play-in game against Philadelphia on the road. Jimmy Butler was hurt in that game. Came back to beat Chicago at home by 21 Friday. Lost here Sunday, but they have come back with a win, and now they are going back.
Miami wins. You see Shaq bet Barkley before the game that the Heat would win by 10.
I didn't see that.
He bet him they'd win by 10 before the game. They double it up at halftime. And then in the post game, they're talking back and forth, and Charles goes, Shaq, answer the phone, man. Answer the phone. Shaq answered the phone. It's like 10, 20 grand in hundreds that he's using as a phone. Like, inside the NBA.
So good.
Absolute best. And wow, now we have former players openly betting on games. Yeah.
What if that's problematic?
What if that's problematic
They're
at all?
get fined, in trouble, banned?
The Miami Heat did not have Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat did not have Terry Rozier. They did have Nikola Jovic, not Jokic. Jovic.
Like I missed that trade.
Who has played a total of 61 games over a 2-year career. They had a guy named Jaime Jaquez.
I know him.
Do you know him?
Chris's favorite player.
I've heard of him.
He was playing in the NCAA tournament last year.
Yes.
And was starting along with Jovic this year. No offense to Caleb Martin, but a guy that was in our system, a G Leaguer who's made good. And they go into a place in Boston who have lost at home just 4 times all year, and they win. And that, friends, is when they say Heat culture, that's Heat culture.
That's it. I mean, like without Jimmy, I actually think with Jimmy Butler, they had a chance in this series. I don't think they can win this series, but I also thought, man, that's just a terrible first-round matchup for Boston. Get all those wins. You want it to be easy. I didn't think it would be easy. It might be the only win Miami gets. I didn't think they'd get one in Boston, though. And to hit all those threes, they're just a pain. They're too good They play too hard. They make you work, and Boston's now got to work.
All that work, and they lose home court advantage.
Yeah,
in game 2.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely. Look, I picked Boston to win the whole thing.
Yeah, which I think makes a ton of
and
sense.
I think they will.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced, but I'm also I don't know if I'm as convinced as you that they could pass Miami.
Well, I mean,
I think they will.
I wouldn't be. I would not be shocked, but it would be surprising.
It would be.
Miami made a ton of threes. I'm not saying it's that simple.
Sure.
But there was a reason they made a ton of threes. Obviously, the way they set up their offense, they defended well. They've got to be confident that they can do this. They beat them last year. So,
yeah, actually, guys, this. If there was a coach draft, Spoelstra go first.
He'd be, probably highly considered.
I mean, pop with the age.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't. And I'm thinking, and I know he's, there's coaches of the year and this, and I feel like Spo goes first.
Right.
It's just so damn good.
And this has always been my example this year, like when we were talking about the Kings in the regular season. The Kings could have the Celtics season. If they lost in the first round, it would feel like a failure.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, there's so much pressure on Boston to get to the finals and probably win it all. And they still may do all of those things. But here's that first bump in the road here, 2 games into the playoffs.
I'll tell you this much. They lose in the first round. I think Joe Mazzulla's gone.
It's the only thing they can do, right? You're not getting rid of the talent. The talent's too good.
Nah, he's gone. He is gone. So they're already having that conversation on WEEI right now. I guarantee you. All right, we'll take a break. That's a respectable job.
Yeah,
when we come back, Trey Lyles, we've got some talk from him, or do we have sound from him? We have sound from him, right? Yeah, we have sound from him from all the old exit interviews. And then let's as we've been doing, let's rate the season for old Trey Lyles. We'll do all that right after this.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Thursday. We're looking at sun and clouds for today. And after a cool morning start, we will rebound this afternoon with highs reaching the low 70s. It'll be a bit breezy as well late day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Coming up a little bit later in the show, 1 hour from now, Kelly Brothers talking sports business.
Good at business.
Yeah, he is. 8 o'clock, second appearance this week, but it's the usual time for the one, the only, Sam Amic. Got to see Dave. If Sam, I don't think he can top his personal best of a drop that he gave us. But
no chance.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
There were a couple.
But that one that's #1 on the Sam Amic list, I think.
I think if once we hire our new imaging guy, when we have like maybe next year when we have our Sam Amic show, maybe we have an open. Hey, it's time for the Sam Amic show. Join Sammy's. We got to throw that in there.
Yeah. I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Yeah. And by the way, for all you immature people out there, what we're talking about is there was a poll on The Athletic of anonymous players that we talked about. Yeah. And he came on and
shamelessly plugged it. Yeah. It's exactly what he said.
People want to take that some weird. I don't even know how people would take that differently.
I don't get it.
I don't know how they take the poll being pumped in a different way.
Yeah.
He was plugging his work.
Yeah. I got it. I don't know why it was weird.
People are so immature, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just ridiculous. That's why we didn't make the playoffs. That's why.
We've been punished.
We have been punished.
Yeah, be better.
So Sam will join us. And the reason why he's joining us twice in a week, we wanted to talk about that whole end of season poll, which is actually a really cool thing
I liked
to
it.
do.
Yeah.
And then today we will focus on the article from he and Anthony Slater as part of our Kings postmortem, where they talk, amongst other things, Mike Brown's contract extension pending, Malik Monk staying, what Monty can and can't do in the offseason.
Yeah. And Monty and Mike Brown spoke yesterday, so we'll hear some of those comments today.
By the way, update. So I got work back from the Kings. So, generally we'll get Monty at the end of every season. We have every year he's been here. But we will not get him before his press conference. Always, that's his first media appearance after. So he had that yesterday. So I had put in a request, hey, can we get him Thursday or today or tomorrow after the presser? But without going into, it's nothing big. It's just today and tomorrow he's got a bunch of stuff going on. So we are, just to update you, we are efforting Monte McNair. I expect we will get him at some point early next week or next week at some point, but we'll get Monty on the program. If we have anything to say about it, we'll get Monty. And Monty's always been very good about that. He is 100% of the time come on at the end of the season. So just to update you there, and we'll have our own exit interview with Montavious McNair. His full name.
Yeah.
Is Monty short for something? Montgomery? Is Monty an abbreviation?
Monte McNair?
That's old school. What if his real name is Montgomery McNair? That is a Montgomery McNair.
Always wins Executive of the Year.
Always.
Yeah.
Hello, Montgomery McNair, Princeton University. Yeah. That is an absolutely highfalutin name.
Scoff. I scoff at you.
Montgomery McNair on line 1.
Would you like to know what Monty is short for?
Yes.
Monte McNair's full name is Monte McNair.
Oh, boo.
It doesn't even appear that he has a middle name.
Really? Oh, we're going to have to find this out because I'm assuming Wikipedia. Yeah.
They've got everything.
Yeah. But maybe he's never disclosed it.
It's Michael.
What if his real first name was like Bernard? They just, my uncle was
names yesterday you were saying that aren't said anymore, and he has one of them.
Right. It's it's Elmer.
Mm-hmm.
Elmer McNair. And he just Monty was I used to watch Monty Python all the time, and my parents started calling me that. That'd be fantastic. All right, Trey Lyles visited with the media after all the stuff with the season. He had his post-season visit and talked about the defense and the uptick at the end of the year.
I do. I think the last 10, 15, 20 games, we were playing a lot more physical than we were earlier in the season. I think it showed on the court. And just like our defense was a lot better, I think, down the stretch in a lot of key moments. So I think if we can come into next season with the same attitude that this season ended on, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to their full year defense next year.
Yeah, and the other thing I think they have to figure out, was the defense improved because they got more physical, or was it because of personnel? And what I mean by that is Herter was out and then Monk was out.
Yeah.
Two good offensive players.
Right.
I've never said, no one's ever said they're lockdown defenders. They don't.
No one's ever mistaken them for Marcus Smart and, Rasheed Wallace.
But then who plays more? Here's Davion playing more. Here's Keon Ellis playing more, who are very good defenders. So is it both? Is it part of one? Is it all, what was the bigger factor in their improved defense?
So you and I have covered this sport a long, long time, and you are around it constantly, talking to coaches, talking to players, talking to people in the business. And one thing that over the years is because I've always had this question, how it's easy to answer with offense. How much of defense is skill and how much is attitude? And I feel like through the years, obviously the answer is both. But through the years, I think we've found, Jason, push back if you disagree, that a lot of what goes into a team defense is the attitude of, we take it personally if you score on us. It is team defense. It's communication. The 0-2 Kings led the league in opponent field goal percentage. This is a team that had Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic and Vlade Divac in the starting lineup. All three not great defenders, and that's being kind. But you had Doug Christie,
right,
and you had a system in place where there was communication, and they took it personally. I think what we saw this year is despite the fact, honestly, I think dollar for dollar, I think they have better defenders this year than they did in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have actual specialists in Ellis and Davion Mitchell, and folks, and De'Aaron Fox led the league in steals. I think what we saw this year, especially towards the end of the year, is they started to get it and take it personally and got very communicative. And I think Domantas Sabonis actually has a lot to do with that team communication. I think that's very carryable into next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's people that can have better instincts defensively.
Yes.
Like Davion has gifts where like he shadows people and like looks like a cornerback.
Yes.
I don't think everybody can do that.
Yes.
But there's also, I mean, you have to have a desire.
Yes.
To, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a terrible example, but you and I go, hey, let's go play some pickup. And we're just goofing around. It's like, all right. Yeah. I mean, I could guard you, you guard me. It's like all of a sudden they go, hey, Chris comes and he goes, it's for $250,000. I bet our defense is going to be better.
A little bit.
And it's like, oh man, Dave scored 2. I can't let him score 3 in a row. Like,
right.
I may foul you, whatever.
It's
like something has changed. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe in the end, I can't do it, but I've tried harder. I've done absolutely everything I possibly could.
And so much of it, Jason, is and the attitude part comes in where you've seen how many times have the Kings done this just this year alone, where you play tremendous defense for 23 seconds and then it's a heave from the free throw line and it goes in. That is demoralizing.
Absolutely, it is.
And then on top of that, you also have the energy expenditure of I'm trying to lock my man down. I'm running all over the court chasing Steph Curry or whoever. And now I have to go back on offense on a fast break. At some point, conditioning comes into it too.
Sure.
How many times this season would there be a great defensive play? They stop them, but they get the offensive rebound, and then end up with a 3.
Yes.
So we're like, it would be better if they just scored to begin with.
Right, exactly.
Honestly, I feel like that happened so many times and it happened late in the year. There was literally a time in the Pelicans game, in the play-in game, where I think the scramble was great. Everybody was shifting on defense. It was like they wanted to get switches on screens. And the Kings did it perfectly. Boom, 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 pass cross court. The Davion doesn't quite handle. Bounces out to Murphy, and it's at his hands with like one, and it's just left his hand. And I kind of went, I can't. I know it's
it's going in,
and it went in, and you're like, that's. But what else can you do? Now that's not how they gave up all their points.
Sure.
But that's perfect defense, and you get burned.
And you have to be able to accept that and be like, you know what, we did as good as we can. Yeah. Or you know, speaking of the Pelicans, we'll take a break here. How many times did whoever play Brandon Ingram perfectly?
Yeah.
And then he goes from the corner, elbow, and hand in his face, and the ball skips the defender's hand by a millimeter. Swish.
Yeah.
Like what, you can't defend
nice
better
try.
than that. But if you do that over 48,
right,
it's going to even out.
I agree.
It's going to even out because they're going to miss some wide open shots too, by the way. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're finding that with these evaluations, even though we try to knock them out in a segment,
it's tough.
And I'm fine with that because it's a good discussion. So we'll pick Trey Lyles back and hopefully knock out the rest of this coming up at 7:43. When we come back, safe or out, a lot of stuff to discuss here, including the Giants' Blake Snell. Yeah, we'll get to that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Ram Truck Month?
We are very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business. And what better way to celebrate than helping you get the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram you've been looking for less? Right now, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew Cabs. And with California's biggest selection of new Ram trucks, you're sure to find the truck you need.
75 years. That's incredible, dude.
It all started with my grandpa and great-grandpa's dream. And it's grown over the years to where we've had a chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show them there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at those big city auto mall dealerships.
Come experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash and 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible First Responder Association. 5 with this discount. See dealer for details.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I'm here to report. No. I just want to say this. The 3 of us
chase Chris out of the room.
Yeah. Not only are we stupid on the air, we're actually stupider off the air.
Yeah, very much so. Maybe worse. But we enjoyed it. I did.
Somehow we got into a conversation. Chris came in, the conversation about the owner of the Jaguars, Shad Khan.
Upcoming NFL draft today.
And that turned into now trying to come up with
Khan puns.
Like the wrath of.
Yeah, Shaka.
Which really is just a second cousin to who would be on your Mount Conmore.
Yes.
X. What was one that got you Smythe Trophy?
Yes. Prozan. Shaka.
Madeline.
James.
Chili Carney.
Artist.
You're stupid.
That's the one that got Safer out.
You see, you left the room too early, Chris.
You did. You missed some gold.
Yeah.
Safer out. Question 1.
You're stupid.
That's what you know. You're an idiot.
You know what, Chris? You never do this, but you need to cut that drop.
Yeah.
You laughing, saying you're stupid.
Question 1. Safer out, please.
Safer out. We should be concerned about Blake Snell's slow start and now ending up on the IL.
Saferoni.
So you're saying safe?
Yeah, okay. Like safe, all caps.
He was supposed to start yesterday, and then like right before.
Yeah,
And he's 0-3 with a 90,000 ERA.
And he's coming off of major injury. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, especially when you see headlines like Blake Snell injury makes Yankees offseason decisions look even savvier. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for getting caught up in that.
15-day IL with an adductor strain. Was scratched yesterday. Has not looked right. Bob Melvin.
Do we have abductors?
Yeah, it's an adductor.
Adductor?
But I feel like it sounds like we have
Seriously?
ADDUCTOR. I know.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's something like under your armpit or whatever. Like it's I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe it's a wrist.
It's a minus ductor.
Bob Melvin says it's a moderate strain. Said it happened during a recent bullpen session, and then kind of shut himself down. Next day came out, threw some more, tried to lean on it a little bit. Obviously, to lose him for we don't know how long yet, it's not great. There are no immediate details on a timetable for his return, but Snell says, I would say probably like 2 weeks if everything goes well. That's what I want. Guys, let's take a guess here. Chris, did you look it up already?
It's more commonly known as a growing strain.
It's a growing. I was going to say I did not have that on my list. That was like the little muscle under your armpit. That's your adductor.
Okay. Groin?
Yeah,
it's a groin injury.
Groin injury. We're laughing. We don't think it's funny.
But this was supposed to be like Logan Webb's dealing, and now you're hoping like it was supposed to be a Webb Snell tandem that was going to at least give the Giants a chance, and it still could. But we haven't had the second part happen yet. The Snell part.
Yeah.
What the Snell?
What the Snell is going on here? Yeah. Meanwhile, Logan's having web gems.
Yeah.
Chili Carney. Number 2, please. He's stupid.
Safer out. A closer look at the A's schedule, and they should feel good about being 9-16. They've played 7 against the Guardians. Today is the 4th against the Yankees. They have had 3 with the Red Sox and 3 with first-place Rangers.
So
the Guardians are the best record in baseball.
Yeah, they do, which is incredibly weird.
The Yankees, the second best in the American League.
The A's have played 25. Yankees pretty good this year, too.
Yeah.
17 of those 25 have been against those teams.
Yeah, the only 2 series they've had against teams below 500 is when they played the National League. They played the Cardinals and the Nationals.
I would say safe. They should feel good about this, considering how difficult their schedule has been. Also, the fact that they were at Texas, they were at Cleveland, they're at New York. Of course, they go next. Just going to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So you're at Baltimore. And you come home against Pittsburgh, who always starts out gangbusters, but eventually it will. Golly, 3 against Miami, okay. 4 against Texas, 4 at Seattle, 4 at Houston.
They're done.
Italy, yeah, exactly. Hey, I do. Look, 9-16, safe anyways.
Based on where we thought they'd be.
Right, but going into this, my goodness, could there be a World Series next year?
In Sacramento.
33-9-11-40. Yes. Number 3, please.
Safer out. If the Cardinals are having trouble drawing fans, then baseball is in real trouble.
Well, I was told that the St. Louis Cardinals really have the best fans in Major League Baseball.
That's what they say. That's what they tell everybody.
Yeah. And I was told that they'll fill that place up no matter what. Look, I'm not one of those guys that's going to be gloomy doomy on baseball. I understand that. Well, I understand that baseball still makes a lot of money. I look at the contracts. I look at the attendance. Like I look at the TV numbers and all that. But I think unless you're paying close attention, baseball has a real generational issue here. And it's not just your middle-aged older crowd that's holding on.
Yeah.
I'm a middle-aged guy, and I've fallen off. There is something off.
I don't know what the fix is.
I don't know what the fix is either. We talked about Theo. First off, Rob Manfred needs to get the hell out of there. Secondly, I hope they, again, go with somebody young and dynamic. But either way, that's not – I honestly don't – I do think it has something to do with attention span. I don't want to get too psychological, but I think in today's day and age of TikTok, YouTube, this, that, whatever, all the stuff that we're used to watching, sitting through, even if it's 2 hours, baseball is just like pitch, ball, pitch, strike, pitch. Okay, hit, play. Oh my God, that's exciting. Okay, no, remember. Whereas football, it's like go, 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 go. First down, second down. Basketball.
Actually, it's more go stop.
Go
stop.
Football?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason that works.
And it's never though like I know the time attention is something, but football can be like some college games are like 4 hours.
I know.
I never complain.
I don't either. It works somehow.
And literally there was a baseball game 2 weeks ago. I think it was the Red Sox. Can't remember. Tanner Houck, I think, threw like a 3-hitter, and it was an hour and 50 minutes. And actually there were some people that complained, like, I came all the way to the game and I was done in 2 hours. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We can't have it both ways here, but I don't really care about the length of a basketball game.
You know what else doesn't help the Cardinals' attendance? Is the team asking between $500 and $600 million for the city for stadium upkeep.
And you know what?
Yeah,
you're seeing
first stadium they just built, right?
You're seeing a lot. You know, the White Sox, Cardinals, the Bears they released their new renderings and video. People are like, why are we paying? They're finally starting to figure it out. Thank God, after Golden One Center was built. They're finally starting to figure this out. By the way, the St. Louis Cardinals regularly, including last year, break 3 million in attendance, average around 40 to 42,000 per. According to attendance figures, they're just 3,000 off where they were last year per game. I know that adds up, but last year they had 3.2 million. They're averaging 37,000 versus 40,000. But that's paid. Remember, a lot of these people have their season tickets.
Yeah.
They just choose not to go. They can't sell them on the secondary market. If you're looking at a lot of these games, man, these are some empty ballparks. And you're right. I don't know what the fix is. I can tell you these are big ballparks.
Yes.
Huge ballparks. And next year, like in Sacramento, for example, it's going to be a very small ballpark. Mm-hmm. Smallest in the country. And I know ballparks can't talk, but I got to imagine once the stadium goes major league, there's going to be some insecurities there about how little it is.
Yeah, they could use a boost.
They could use a boost. Maybe they should go to upsizematters.com for stadiums. I don't know if they do that or not. Because insecurity is a real thing, but let's not just always focus on insecurities. As I've always said, maybe, just maybe, you're just fine with your friend down below. That's great. Good for you. Awesome. Super. Grand. Great. Wonderful. But hey, maybe you want to move up from the G League to the pros, or the pros to the All-Star team. You can go to upsizematters.com. Check out what they've got to offer, and it's a procedure that can be done, walk in, walk out. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. You get immediate results. It's safe, it's effective, it's long-lasting. It's done by actual doctors. My old friend, Dr. Jack Friedlander in Roseville, his friend and partner, Dr. Pash in San Francisco. Look, any rankings of anything having to do with that circumference, we'll say, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. But this isn't something people want to do publicly and share with their friends or whatever. It's very private. They know what they're doing with all of that. You get a free consultation, and again, the procedure can be done on the same day as that consultation. Let's go to upsizematters.com. It's upsizematters.com. Get your girth on. We'll take a break. When we come back, how in the HE double hockey sticks did Malik Monk not win Sixth Man of the Year? We'll take a look at the voting next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Miniature golf has been around America since 1916, with the first course opening in Pinehurst, North Carolina, according to Links magazine. Englishman James Barber built a course in his backyard called Lilliputian. A few years later, he built a second course and called it Thistledew. Unlike today's mini golf courses, Thistledew wasn't for children. The 18-hole course was made of compacted sand and clay, making it quite difficult. Today's clown mouths or windmills were nowhere to be found, as the course featured real hazards like rocks, trees, and grass bunkers. 4 holes even required a high-lofted niblick to carry bushes and long grass. Longest hole was 71 feet, shortest was 12. Golf fanatic Thomas McCullough Fairbairn revolutionized the game in 1922 with his formulation of a suitable artificial green consisting of a mixture of cottonseed hulls, sand, oil, and dye. 100 years later, Thistledew has returned to its home at Pinehurst Resort, and guests can play the new Thistledew. Please leave your niblick at home. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to score big with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We're bringing you the hottest acts and the biggest concerts all season long. First up on May 10th, it's a night of laughs as Pete Davidson takes the stage at Hard Rock Live. It's comedy gold and a night you won't want to miss. Visit hardrockhotelsacramento.com for tickets. And June 8th, Live Nation brings NF to the Golden One Center as he lights up the stage with his high-energy performance. Visit Live Nation or Ticketmaster.com to score your tickets today. But wait, the fun doesn't stop there. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. It's a concert experience that'll rock your world. And looking ahead to August 22nd, get ready to kick up some dust with Creed Fisher at Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. Keep the adrenaline pumping, Sacramento. Visit SactownSports.com for all the details and ticket information. The Sactown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate guide to the hottest shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael.
What am I talking about? I don't know. I don't know what to do about any of it, Jason.
Just don't do it.
Push forward.
Yeah. Onward.
Malik Monk. Malik Monk. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. 6th man of the year. He didn't win. He came in second. It's the closest the voting has ever been. I really, really wish. I wish that they were all public. Rasay Fox, De'Aaron's wife, I thought brought up a great idea. It'll never happen, but how about everybody who votes in these things? I mean, what are you voting for? Like 5 categories, 4, 5, 6 categories?
It depends. Sometimes, and maybe Sam can expand on this. I know in the past, like for Kings broadcasters, they'd split it up. Maybe Grant and Jerry and G-Man would all have a couple different categories.
Gotcha. Okay, so
that's what they've done in the past.
So maybe you're voting for 1 or 2. Maybe you're voting for all 6.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Makes sense. And we'll talk to Sam, as you said, about this when he comes on. But she said, hey, why not just, here's my votes and here's a little, 90% of my writers anyways. Here's a little 2-3 sentences as to my thought process. Yeah.
So what was her suggestion, to make it public?
Make it public and include an explanation. Like, why did you vote?
What's your reasoning?
Right. What is your reasoning behind this? Now, look, everyone, the Kings didn't make the playoffs. Ultimately, Malik Monk winning 6th man of the year. Now we're not going to hang up. We understand this isn't the end of the world. Okay. We're not, freaking out. But it's unfortunate for him. And obviously the city of Sacramento, we all take a little bit of pride in that.
Yeah. Over the 39 years, they haven't won that many postseason awards.
No, they haven't. And why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? But Bobby Jackson are only 6th man?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Naz Reid won it by 10 points, 352 to 342. Bobby Portis comes in third. He had distant, 81 points. So 352, 342, 81.
Yeah, and the difference is what? The 2 difference in first place votes, which are worth 5.
Naz Reid got 39 second place votes, as did Malik Monk. Naz Reid got 10 third place votes, as did Malik Monk. So 10 people, by the way, 20 people thought that either one of those 2 were third, which is weird, but whatever. But Naz Reid got 45 first place votes to Malik Monk's 43. What does that mean? That means 2 people.
At least 2.
At least 2.
Yeah, because I don't know how many were voting.
Yeah, I think if we were to assume.
If we just go off that, there's at least 2.
Yes. If we were to assume that everyone voted Naz Reid either first, second, or third, which we have no way of knowing, but he's the first place guy, that would be 70, 84, that'd mean 94 people voted. 2 people at least didn't vote Malik Monk first, second, or third.
Yeah, and if there are more, then that means there are more that didn't vote for Malik Monk or Naz Reid first, second, or third.
It really, really, really is so stupid. Norman Powell was 4th with 65 votes. 2 first place votes. Those votes go to Malik Monk. You got a tie.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm choking. Bogdan Bogdanovic, our old friend. 4 first place votes. 3 second, 11 third.
So again, back to to me, definition of this is spark, what you mean, great stats off the bench. Mm-hmm. And Bogey did that.
Yes.
That wasn't they had a terrible, they were below 500. So those 4 thought highly enough of his season where it didn't matter about winning.
No, winning didn't matter.
But yet we're kind of saying that for some on Naz, I don't know.
It's
I don't get
it also, they say the injury hurt him a little bit. The Kings didn't make the playoffs. Well, the Kings were in the playoffs when Malik Monk got injured.
Yeah.
And
should back up his case more.
Look at how they did after he got injured.
Right.
Exactly. If you needed a case as to how important he was, it's not MVP, it's sixth man of the year,
Right.
but there's a little bit of the MVP philosophy in there. We said it earlier, Jason. 15.4 points per game, 5.1 assists, first in bench points, first in bench assists, first in clutch points by a bench player. First player since Lou Williams, who, by the way, won the sixth man of the year, with 1,000 or more points, 350 or more assists off the bench in a season, did not win. Did not win. Now, put on our tinfoil hats, and I don't mean that as a pejorative, because these things might be true. Is it the market? I would say this. I don't think that, Minneapolis is a bigger market, but we're not talking LA versus Sacramento. What I do think is important, and what does, if anything conspiratorial were involved here, I don't think it's conspiracy. I think it's a fact. In New York right now, it's 10-10. In Minneapolis, it's 9-10. The East Coast bias is a real thing. And it doesn't mean that if you live on the East Coast, you're biased towards West Coast teams. It simply means that when Malik Monk is coming into the game somewhere around 7:15, 7:20, 7:30 Pacific, it's 10:30 Pacific, and these hosts and writers and stuff have to get up early the next morning like all of us do. Yet 7:30 Minnesota time, well, that's just 8:30 in New York or Boston or Miami or Atlanta, which are your, well, I would say New York, Boston, Atlanta. Those are three massive NBA and NBA media hubs. That's what I think is a part of this.
Yeah, and I think the other part, too, is, if you get to watch the games completely, now we watch all of the Kings games, so it's different for us. But the amount of times where the game would end and we go, wow, where would this team be without Malik Monk? They would not have won this game without Malik Monk.
Right.
Malik saved the day. Malik got him out of that first half low. Malik did this. And I would say third best player this season. And he's the sixth man of the team. Where, again, apologies, I guess, to Naz Reid, but I feel like their success is partly because of him.
Yes.
But not entirely because of him. And I feel like the Kings, partly, I guess, I'm close to saying the same thing about the two guys. But I think the year the Kings had, a lot of it goes to Malik Monk. And then to your point, at the end of the season, when they weren't winning as many games, he was out. And I think he was that important to this team.
I have heard people bring up defensive rating.
Okay.
For example, Naz Reid had a defensive rating of 107.3, Malik Monk 117. Oh my gosh, it's a 10-point difference. Yeah, you know what else factors in there? Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, all the times we did that with Jamal Crawford.
Right.
Ever.
Let's also ignore the 5+ assists off the bench and the scoring, which he outscored Naz Reid. The assists weren't close. I feel bad for him. And look, on one hand,
he wanted it. Like sometimes,
he wanted it
did.
so bad.
Yeah.
And on one hand, we got a break here. On one hand, I go, well, you know what though? Maybe that's unfinished business. Maybe that'll help keep him here. But here's the stark reality of the situation. On the other hand, I love it there, but you got to pay a Sacramento tax to play there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay a Sacramento tax when it comes to awards. You got to pay a Sacramento tax when it comes to notoriety and all of that.
Even though it's a year removed from when they basically got Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year, two All-NBA guys.
Yep.
Clutch.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. It's just dumb. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness, brought to you by Fire Wings. Malik Monk was not the only snub this year, and we'll talk about that, which was bigger, and we'll take a look at the playoffs as well. Which O2 team has the biggest chance of coming back? We'll get to that after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents at Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, coming up at 15 minutes, sports business with Kelly Brothers.
Good at business.
He is good at business. And amongst other things, we'll talk about these PGA equity payouts going out there. The Clips new stadium and local kid made good coming up in the NFL draft. In the meantime, 3 for Madness brought to you by Firewings. Question 1.
Bigger snub, Sabonis and Fox not making the All-Star team, or Malik Monk not winning 6th Man of the Year?
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment here. I actually thought long and hard. I'm gonna throw the Fox snub out. I do think he was snubbed, but I don't think it's as egregious as Sabonis and as Monk. I think Sabonis is the bigger snub. I don't agree with it, but I can understand, I guess, is the best thing I can say. Naz Reid winning, although, again, can't stress enough. He shouldn't have won, in my opinion, and Monk got screwed. I cannot understand how, on a winning team, remember, again, these were made before the All-Star break here, these All-Star votes. On a winning team, the guy who leads the league in double-doubles, the guy who leads the league in triple-doubles, the guy who leads the league in rebounds, how you don't get one spot on the All-Star team, that to me is honestly one of the biggest snubs I've ever seen. So I would have to lean there.
Yeah, it's a really tough one because it all feels like snubs everywhere, obviously. Yeah. The reason I'm going Malik Monk, I guess, but as you said it lastly there, might even switch my mind. I was going at there's more choices that maybe hurt Sabonis, but also there's more spots.
Yep.
Which didn't make any sense that Sabonis didn't make it. There's only 1 for 6th Man of the Year. But it just seemed like, so it's between Monk and Reid. Obviously, that's what at the end. Yeah. And Malik's stats are better. I think he totally got snubbed. And sometimes you go, well, you got to kind of work up to it. Well, he should have won last year or could have won last year.
Sure.
So he kind of worked up to it and had a better year and still didn't get the recognition. Maybe I'm caught up in the moment, but I feel like it's Malik Monk.
Should the awards be split by conference?
Yeah.
Should have a 6th Man of the Year for the West and the East.
I guess you could.
I mean, it still wouldn't have mattered because then we'd be sitting here saying, well, if Malik was in the East,
yeah,
he would have won it. Although Minnesota, I think, is eventually going to be an Eastern Conference.
I wonder though if then your choices were, what were the Portis people?
It would have been Naz Reid and Bobby Portis probably, right?
Well, no, I don't know. Did some of the people that picked Portis, were they leaning Malik?
I got you.
Malik Monk
That's true.
I don't know.
That's very true. Question number 2, please.
Question 2.
In the history of the Kings in Sacramento, the postseason awards have been won by Bobby Jackson for 6th Man, Tyreek Evans for Rookie of the Year, De'Aaron Fox for Clutch Player, Mike Brown for Coach of the Year, Monte McNair for Executive of the Year, and Jeff Petrie for Executive of the Year twice. Which King has the best chance to win the next postseason award?
All right. Zach Edey, Rookie of the Year. I just said that because we can clip it up, and then if that actually were to happen, which would be crazy, that's all-time college shot.
I don't think I have to worry about that.
Nah, probably not. I think the easiest I could be wrong. I think the easiest answer here would be Fox for Clutch Player again because he was so close this year. I'm gonna go away from that. I'm just going to, and maybe I'm being clouded because I want it to happen. I'm going to go Keegan Murray most improved. I could see that happening. And if that does, I will be very happy. And I think the Kings will be doing quite well. I'm going to say Keegan Murray most improved.
That's weird.
Why?
That's my exact answer.
Is it really?
Probably makes the most sense of Fox winning.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, I predicted him to do it again this year, to go back to back. So that didn't happen. But I thought, Fox is always going to be a fourth quarter guy. But I think the other thing would be Keegan Murray most improved. I think that has a chance. I don't think he'll ever have an MVP. Well, not ever, but it's
right.
With
It's
the current
so hard.
crop, it's going to be almost impossible. They've already won Coach of the Year. I think that'd be hard for Brown or Monty to get, unless they made some incredible offseason move that launched them to a 1 seed with a distance on everybody. And then we have no idea who they're drafting. I mean, could that be Rookie of the Year? I guess, sure.
Sure, but there's no way for us to know and base any sort of a guess on.
Defense, I'd say no. I mean, I guess the other candidate would be Malik. Another try at 6-man if that's what he's doing next year.
Even
if he's
that,
here.
though, I feel like if he's here, he's just as 50-50 starting. I think Sabonis will be in the MVP conversation every year, but in the conversation as in he's not the MVP.
Yeah,
but
he's pretty good on
he's
that
pretty
team.
darn good.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd put De'Aaron in there. Yeah, I think clutch players probably the most likely in a sense, but okay, good. We're on the same page with Keegan.
Exactly.
Hope we're right.
Murray.
Number 3.
Question 3.
Which team that is down 2-0 in the NBA playoffs has the best chance to come back and win their series?
Guys, I don't know. All right, let's take a look. Who's down and up? All right. So your 2-0 teams, you've got, or 0-2. You have the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks.
Okay.
You have the Cavs, or the Magic are down 0-2 to the Cavs. The Pelicans are down 0-2 to the Thunder. The Lakers are down 0-2 to the Nuggets. The Suns are down 0-2 to the Timberwolves.
Those are the 5.
Those are the
5
5.
of the 8.
Just the way the Timberwolves have looked against Phoenix, I'm going to say bye-bye on that. I don't know about Orlando, but I just don't care. I want to say, Philly, I could make an argument. I don't think Joel Embiid, I would say the whole time. Have you seen the thing where he can't blink?
Yeah, it was really weird.
And there's a doctor that you never know, but there's these sports doctors that get online and they're like, it's some sort of it looks like some sort of a nerve issue, like a legit thing, but it's not Bell's palsy because his mouth isn't drooping, but there's some blockage thing going on or whatever. It's like, God dang, dude, it's not just his knee. I mean, he is jacked.
Right.
So that's going to bring it down to 2 for me, 2 and both in the Western Conference. I really, 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 really want to say the Pelicans because game 1 was close. Actually, the Pelicans scored 92 in both games. Yesterday,
last night was not.
No, 32 points. Are the Pelicans allowed to beat any team other than the Kings? Now they're going back home, but Smoothie King isn't exactly the most welcoming place to them.
Thanks for nothing, Pelicans.
I want to be clear that I don't think this is going to happen, but if you told me, if you were like, Dave, one of these teams is coming back 0-2, I think I'd have to go Lakers.
They've been close every time.
They have been close every time. I mean, it was 11-point win in game 1, but that game was closer than that took a big comeback for the Nuggets. And then it was a 2-point game in Denver for game 2. I'd like to think LeBron isn't and friends aren't going to have to deal with the elevation in LA. It's going to be a very loud crowd. Now, look, if you told me to choose between the Lakers coming back and the Nuggets sweeping them, I would take the Nuggets sweeping them. I think that's more likely than the other, but that's probably the one I would land on.
Yeah, I had it between those two as well, but I am landing on the Pelicans. The reason being just the youth of the Thunder, which yesterday they set all sorts of records for the amount, all the points scored by people 25 and under, which is crazy. They dominated. Holmgren was great from the get-go. But maybe just getting home, getting out of those 2 games in OKC. I mean, a lot of times series are 2-2 after 4, and it just really hasn't proven to be anything. It doesn't feel like that today, but I could see the Pelicans winning the next 2 and then making that a series.
I completely understand. We've got a minute. Did you see the story, the LSU baseball game, and the old man getting hit in the head with a 9-mile-an-hour home run.
With a glove. He had a glove.
He had a glove.
Didn't use it well.
They caught up with him.
Oh, no.
And have you heard this?
I have not.
This guy's a classic. This is 100% an LSU Tigers old man baseball fan.
Okay.
That got hit by a baseball.
That got hit by a baseball.
A home run that was just crushed.
Hit him, and they caught up with him and talked to him about it.
I mean, it was on a rope, and I've been carrying this glove with me for years, and I was like, okay, now's my time. I got one coming, and holding the glove, man. What can I say? Beamed off my dome, and here we are. I've got a nice little goose egg.
Can we see it?
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to.
Oh,
yeah.
Does it hurt?
And it don't feel good. It felt like every bit of a 109-mile-an-hour fastball, home run ball, yes.
Did we get the ball afterwards? Or?
No, it skipped over the fence, but Josh Pearson, man, he's such a great guy. He came to toss me their toss ball that they do in between innings, so he tossed it to me. I guess probably Friday I'll go get Tommy White to sign it for me and maybe kiss my Bobo.
That's a god.
I don't catch dingers.
Would you believe I have a similar story? I do. Not really. But I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, something in that area at an A's game. I went with a friend of mine. And I will always remember, this is the first, people could look this up because this is when it was. It was Mark McGwire's first Grand Slam as a professional. That's when it was. And they're playing catch, toss ball, as he says. And we were right up on the railings between first base and right field. And then when they got done, we're cheering for Mark. Hey, Mark, throw. Hey, can I get a ball? Can I get a ball? Can I get a ball? And then it was my friend took me, his dad took me because it was my birthday. It was also on August 11th. It was my birthday. And so my friend's like, it's his birthday. Can you get him? Anyways, so they get done. They're walking back, and McGuire he's on the field, and I'm on the rail from like the dirt. I don't know, 10, 15 feet away and kind of down. He goes, hey kid. And he kind of tosses me the ball, right? Like just kind of chucks it. And I go to catch it like a football, stupid move. Yeah, goes right in between my hands, hits my chin directly, bounces back. That's how hard it hit my chin. Bounces back on the field, and then like ball kid or whatever got it and like tossed it up to me. And I caught
you got it back.
I got it back.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where I couldn't show any.
Yeah,
but it hurt. It hurt so bad, and I was so embarrassed. Yeah, I had a little bruise on my chin for weeks. But, like, just the idea of I wish there was video of me just going, just completely missing.
Dude.
It's not a great,
Were you like that dog that can't catch treats?
Yes, the one that they throw the taco and it bounces off his face.
Go outside, nerd.
So I know I know how this guy feels, except not really.
It was 109.
It was like 5 miles an hour. We'll take a break. When we come back, he's go to business. Kelly Brothers, sports business next.
Good at business.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Thursday. We're looking at sun and clouds for today. And after a cool morning start, we will rebound this afternoon with highs reaching the low 70s. It'll be a bit breezy as well late day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
With a variety of weekly promotions, there's something for everyone to enjoy at a Sacramento River Cats game. Don't miss a Toyota Family Value Tuesday featuring $2 hot dogs and $2 ice cream, or Thirsty Thursday featuring ice cold beer. Join us on Smut Orange Fridays for happy hour and live music. And don't forget to stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with post-game fireworks. Find all promotional details at rivercats.com and make your plans to head out to Sutter Health Park this season.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with installation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
All right, it's that time, Thursday. And Kelly will be off next week. So we'll have to good luck filling those shoes, guys. In the meantime, sports business. Kelly Brothers, good morning.
Dave, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, you know.
Did Jason have a birthday this week? Is that what I heard?
What?
No, not me. I'll take one, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I thought I heard he had a birthday. Anyway,
I'm accepting gifts, Kelly. Yeah.
What's that?
I'm accepting gifts if that's the case. Yeah.
I know. I accept them year round too, but
yes.
Hey, you know who got a nice gift? Tiger Woods.
He did, although this is I give the PGA credit. They're trying to come up. They can't just cut the checks Liv is cutting to
right.
people. So they are giving equity to players like Tiger Woods, and they vest over time. In other words, you can cash them out over time if you wish to, but they're equity. That's the key part people need to understand. These are not cash payments.
Right.
This is equity in an entity that could grow substantially. If they cut a deal with Liv, immediately all these shares become worth a lot more. But you're talking $100 million to Tiger. Rory's getting 50, Jordan Spieth 30. On down the line. The one guy I cannot find any information on what he's getting really is Scotty Scheffler.
He should get all of it.
Right. Well, that's the point. He doesn't have that legacy yet because he's too damn young, but he's He's absolutely devouring the tour. What does he have? 4 firsts and a second in his last 5 events. He's like, I don't need your money. I'll just win it.
His caddy, as a matter of fact, is top 10 in winning this year, I believe.
Yeah. I know he's better than most golfers.
I have for you, by the way, Kelly, just so people understand. So Group 1, which we heard about, $750 million in aggregate equity based on career performance, last 5-year performance, and player impact program results for a total of 36. Now, for those of you wondering why Tiger Woods got so much money, even he has done almost nothing over the last 5 years except really win the Masters. But every year, he's the guy in all their measurements, which goes into player impact, top of the list. Everyone knows if Tiger's in a tournament, everybody's watching, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, his career performance as well. Group 2, 75. So you go from 750 to spread out over 36 to 75 over 64 players based just on their last 3 years performance, which I expect Scotty Scheffler,
Sure, he should be in that group.
Somewhere in the middle. Group 3, 30 million divided by 57 players that have just simply earned fully exempt tour cards. And then Group 4, 75 million over 36 players who were, quote, instrumental to building the modern PGA Tour based on career performances, in which I would imagine Tiger Woods is double dipping. Also, you might wonder why Justin Thomas is in there based on performance. So that's why as well. So, Kelly, I think that's the best explanation we've got.
Yeah, and it's but if you're Liv, you're thinking, well, why aren't we just walking over to Scotty Scheffler and offering him $250 million right now? I mean,
Right.
you know, if he's going to in any way feel like disenfranchised by this, but I think Scotty's a pretty happy guy. I think he's a pretty loyal guy. He clearly, given his money is not going to be the issue in his life. He needs to play what he wants to play. And, you know, for a lot of these guys, it's playing the tournaments they've always watched and the courses they've always looked at as they were growing up. And he doesn't want to go play some course in Dubai that he knows nothing about. That doesn't light his fire. So I bet you Scotty stays with the PGA, even though it would appear he may be underpaid for the time being in terms of this stuff.
Yeah, and are we getting – I mean, I know there was so much talk about the two sides maybe coming together, some sort of mutual agreement. Are we any closer to anything where these groups are together?
Oh, my – yeah, you would think so. I mean, there was that report there about a month ago where they had all the key players, including Tiger's jet, at a resort. I think it was in the Bahamas. And they were all meeting with Piff and they were all there, but nothing came out of it. No negative word came out of it either. But clearly the deal is not done. But I think these equity grants are with some sort of idea that will happen because these grants will go up substantially. So I hope so, guys. I really, a bifurcated golf world is if there's only 1 or 2 tournaments a year where you're getting the best field, that's not good for golf.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting too. Just to put a cap on that, we should have a conversation someday about Scotty Scheffler because he is really a very, very interesting person in the sports world. Now, without trying to go down a rabbit hole people don't want to go down, his faith is incredibly important to him. Like he is devout. He is married. He's having his first kid. He is quiet. He is smiling all the time. He seems like he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. And as we have seen throughout the years, when you're dominant in a sport, everyone's looking for but what is he political? Is there an old tweet of his? Did he have an affair? Everyone's looking for something salacious. And so far, at least, it looks like Scotty Scheffler, there is nothing. He's almost too boring when it comes to the charisma scale, where everyone's like, I mean, he's the best in the world, and he's super nice, and he has a great smile and laugh, and I don't know.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah, what's wrong with him? And I need more of Bryson. Like I can tell you right now, Kelly, you know this, when it comes to a charisma scale and what they call a Q rating in the advertising business, I guarantee you Bryson DeChambeau blows him out of the water, and there's no comparison in their accomplishments.
No, there's not. I found it interesting. After the Masters, he talked about his faith. He talked about Christ on the cross. He talked about, he says stuff that other guys just won't say, but he's which is refreshing. The way he talked about his father.
Yeah.
I mean, that his father would lie down in front of a truck rather than have Scotty get a scratch on his arm. I mean, it's just from the heart. I don't know. I think he's going to last a long time, and I'm not sure you're going to find any bones on that guy. You know what I mean? You're not going to find that dirty past.
Talking sports business here with Kelly Brothers each and every week here on Sactown Sports at this time. So NBA playoffs going on. Clippers still playing in the Crypt down there in LA, but they got the new building. Saw it a couple weeks ago down there. It looks amazing. What do you know about the new stadium and what we can expect for the Clippers' new palace?
I think they've been in the Staples, the Crypt. I think they've been there 25 years now, which is hard to believe. It doesn't. First of all, by the way, play-in games, the overall viewership up 22% year over year, and the Kings Golden State game over 4 million viewers, which is kind of a watermark for NBA games. That had a great viewership. But the Clip Stadium, they are going to have a student section. They're trying to attract young people, students, not just make it about the wealthy in LA. $32 a game for a season ticket in the student section. And the earlier you get there, the closer you are to the action. As a matter of fact, if you're first in line, you're down in row 3 with a $32 ticket.
Yep.
So they're going to try some new stuff in the place, and we'll see what happens. But that'll open up next, coming up here soon. And I guess, guys, I haven't read about, but I would assume when they open that building that the Fabulous Forum would be demolished, but I don't know that. I mean, they still play concerts at the Forum, but
I think you're right.
I think that old building. I took my daughter down to a Harry Styles concert down there, and man, I walked in there, and all I could think of was Magic and Worthy and Cooper, and it's just it's amazing that little relic is still around. By the way, I wanted to mention something about tonight for the draft. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So Latu Latu, who won the Lombardi Trophy at UCLA, it looks like he will be drafted tonight. He accepted his trophy at Jesuit High School, which was very nice of him because most people do it at their colleges. And I happened to be there, and the kids asked questions. And one of the questions was, hey, who do you hope to be drafted by? And he, without any prompting, he just said, I hope to be drafted by a team in a state with no income tax.
Of course.
He gets it.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, man, woo!
Yeah.
I mean, that is it. And that is an issue. For young people know about it. It's an issue when the Kings are recruiting. Now granted, the Lakers, the Clips, the Warriors have the exact same albatross around their neck. But for those athletes, you're talking about 14.5% of their money going away when it wouldn't if they were in Texas or somewhere else. I know there's different rules there, and it's based on where you play games and that sort of thing. But certainly all your endorsement income and everything else that comes with it is taxed at that level. And here you got a 22-year-old kid, not even drafted yet, thinking, I want to go somewhere where there's no state income tax. Kind of interesting.
We talked about this at length yesterday. You're off next week. Maybe we should do it when you get back. But we talked about this at length yesterday with the whole Malik Monk thing, that if you're in Texas, if you're in Florida, if you're in Nevada, a couple others, that it would be incredibly easy for the NBA to allow teams to supplement the difference between income tax and no income tax. So, example, if a guy's going to make $4.1 million in Dallas, more than he would make in Sacramento, San Francisco, or LA, just to allow teams to pay that $4.1 million to the player outside of the salary cap as an option. I think there's ways around it. It's an interesting conversation to have, and there's your tease for Kelly Brothers in 2 weeks when he rejoins us for Sports Business. So in the meantime, have a wonderful week, Kelly.
Hey, great to see you guys. Thanks so much. Over and out.
Over and out with Kelly Brothers. We're way late for a break. That's fun. We always have great conversations with Kelly. When we come back, we will finish up our Trey Lyles conversation as we finish his season evaluation before we get to Sam Amic of The Athletic next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, we're going to have a little bit more time than we thought in the next segment. Sam's on his way, getting ready to board a plane. So our normal long segment with Sam is going to be cut in half. Usually we do a double segment. We'll just do a quick 10, 12-minute one. We'll talk about Malik Monk and the voting process and all that. So we're going to have an open segment to fill, which makes me feel a little more comfortable. We're going to do Trey Lyles here, but now we have a catch-all. Just to go over two things here real quick. Number one, this is amusing to me. As you know, I do the English soccer thing, and we're introducing two new things this year over there. This Saturday is the final home match. So we're doing a fan appreciation day. So there's 20 things ranging from a trip out to Sacramento, flights, hotel,
Republic game, just kind of hang out, whatever, to free season tickets next year, to TVs, PlayStations, whatever. It's a drawing for, it's like what we do out here, like the fan appreciation days, right?
Right.
Okay. They have no idea what the hell this is at all. They don't do it. They don't do this stuff. They're like, what? What is this? Are these bribes? Or
yes.
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, it's just hey,
thank you.
Yeah. And then so they're like, oh, okay, this is some weird American thing. And then the second thing is, for the very first time, we had ordered a while ago Huddersfield Town logoed thunder sticks. Like behind the free throw, everybody, right? No idea what these are at all. Like, and because they've never seen them, like it's all over their social media. They're like, oh my, are people going to throw these at the players? Like, what is are these weapons? This isn't because apparently the team they're playing at home this weekend, Birmingham, has a reputation as being one of the more aggressive fan bases if not the most aggressive in the whole league. So security's already kind of on point. Huddersfield might be getting relegated. It's very tense. And then on top of that, you have this fan base coming in. And because these fans have this history of beating the hell out of each other at games, again, I apply it to America. Imagine if the Warriors were playing at Gold One Center and they had to enter through a separate entrance, the Warrior fans, and they had their own section 112 and then 212 are the only place Warrior fans can buy tickets and sit, and then they're surrounded by security. That's how it happens over there. They have separate entrances, separate places to sit. So you got all this stuff going on this weekend, and now they're introducing these thunder sticks, of which they only see pictures, and everyone's freaking out. Like,
what do they do?
And I think once they get there and hold a thunder stick, they'll realize very quickly that if the worst thing that happens is that fans are hitting each other with thunder sticks, I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's like
they're not so thunder.
It's like a beach ball fight. Like, oh, okay, well, beats a lot of whatever. So
they'll figure a way. See, my fear wouldn't be them hitting it with something. My fear would be them filling something up with it.
Like you mean like pouring stuff in it? And
yes.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just the little thing. Like, how are you going to do that? Well, they'll figure. Yeah, okay, they get a straw, and I don't give them any ideas. But yeah, there's a giant pillow fight at the John Smith Stadium this weekend. I think we can all handle that. Trey Lyles, Jason Ross. What if that was my whole contribution?
That's it.
I just say his name. One more clip from Trey. Well, two more really quick. Talks about he and Malik Monk being the vocal leaders of the team.
It's easy for Malik because he's just outgoing, charismatic guy. For me personally, I just saw it as an opportunity to, hold guys accountable and hold myself accountable and kind of be a voice for a team that we really didn't have a lot of outspoken guys. We have leaders that lead by example, but it's nice for some of the other guys to hear it from other players and take some of that stress off of those guys that are leading in other areas. So I think it was really big and important for both of us to do that and for the team to look at us and us be able to do that for each other.
That's a guy who's grown, right? I mean, that guy's just been around the league a little bit. Remember, felt like the throw-in in the trade when he came here. It's like, yeah, they're not really doing this for him. It's really about DiVincenzo, probably Josh Jackson. I don't know about Trey Lyles. And then he's the guy that gets the second contract here. And I feel like that helped open him up. He's the guy, Dave, that called the players-only meeting earlier this year, which he felt was important. The team felt was important. And that's interesting. That's kind of been a universal thought. Like, it's not a flaw. It's just you got to be who you are. But, Keegan, Barnes, Fox, Sabonis aren't, the biggest talkers. But they go out and perform and produce, and they play all the time. But sometimes you need some people that will communicate a little bit.
And somebody asked the other day, I don't know if it was here or online, but, hey, can a championship team be led by a guy who's not a vocal leader? It's like, well, the Nuggets. Mm-hmm. Jokic isn't exactly Mr. to yell at people.
Right.
And then I think the most famous example would be, San Antonio Spurs did okay with Tim Duncan. When you look at Trey Lyles' numbers across the board, 16 less games this year, because of the injury. He had played in 74 last year. And I would say he's down across the board, Jason, but you're talking 46 to 44% from the field, 7.6 to 7.2 points per game. He did go up 0.3 of a rebound. He did go up 0.3 of an assist. Honestly, if you're looking at his biggest drop, and of course there's not a lot of volume here, he went from 81% from the line to 70, even.
Okay.
But
how about 3-point shooting?
3-point shooting, up 0.2 of a point, 36 to 38%.
Okay.
I would say it all evens out to, other than the games missed, he pretty much had the same year this year he did last year.
Yeah, and I think last year, to me, what I remember, he was important, but I thought he had a really good series against the Warriors.
Yes.
And so, like, at the end of the year, it was really important. Now the Kings didn't get to a playoff series, but I'm glad he signed again. He's got another year. And, health will be important for him, but I feel like he needs to be a guy that continues to show that leadership and hits big shots. This team's going to want to shoot threes.
Yes.
Again, I still think they were good at them. I don't think they were great. I think they need to be, if they want to shoot this many, they need to be great at shooting threes.
We've avoided giving letter number grades to these guys because I think we could do it better talking about it. But I would say, other than the injury he couldn't control, another consistent year from Trey Lyles, a big part of the bench, not the Malik Monk part, but certainly one of the core members of the squad in a sort of Harrison Barnes way, where the numbers don't really do justice the contribution that they have.
Yeah, but I would bet he would be willing to say he felt like it was down a little bit, and that he wants more, and that's good.
Guarantee it. We'll take a break. Hey, Chris, got a couple notes here. I just clean this up on the air, but saying yesterday's podcast is actually a repeat of Tuesday's show. You aware of that yet? Or if not, I don't know. Maybe it's just them.
I'll check that out.
Yeah. So we'll take a break. Chris is always on that stuff and always very, very good about it. When we come back, Sam Amic of The Athletic, we'll talk to him next. And by next, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's not on the list. Am I doing something here?
Oh, that's
American Energy, right?
Yes.
Are we doing that here?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. Well, I was just saying to Jason during the last break, you know what? I miss talking about my good friends over at American Energy. I haven't done that all show. And it doesn't feel like the show is really starting until we talk about saving people money. Well, American Energy is here to help you do that. This is what we've been telling you for a while now, and we want you to get it done while you can by making the switch to electric before the heat gets here, and save big with American Energy. Get rid of the spiking energy bills with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system, or as I like to call it, a UHEC. UHEC. No, it's not going to work. All right, ultra-high efficiency comfort system. No acronym. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well, and spring specials by installing one of the many incredibly efficient air conditioning options available to you now. Get rid of the fluctuating gas bills in the winter, switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy, and let them come to your house for free and perform an in-home energy efficiency analysis. See where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. They're the absolute best. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Sam Amic of The Athletic next.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Thursday. We're looking at sun and clouds for today. And after a cool morning start, we will rebound this afternoon with highs reaching the low 70s. It'll be a bit breezy as well late day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. Back for a limited time. Dune Part 2, the IMAX experience.
You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Treat yourself to this cinematic masterpiece on the IMAX 6-story screen. Getting advance tickets to a showtime is easy. Visit IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today. And don't miss this last chance to see Dune Part 2 at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Get ready to take on the great outdoors in a brand new Toyota truck. Answer the call to adventure with powerful performance and start exploring. Right now, get low 1.99% APR financing on the powerful 2024 Tundra and Tundra Hybrid. Or check out the all-new redesigned 2024 Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Excludes DRD Pro. Ends 4/30/24.
With a variety of weekly promotions, there's something for everyone to enjoy at a Sacramento Rivercats game. Don't miss a Toyota Family Value Tuesday featuring $2 hot dogs and $2 ice cream, or Thirsty Thursday featuring ice-cold beer. Join us on Smut Orange Fridays for happy hour and live music. And don't forget to stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with post-game fireworks. Find all promotional details at rivercats.com and make your plans to head out to Sutter Health Park this season.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text it.
Today is day one of the NFL draft is a question. No. I'm just being transparent. I don't know if everybody.
Dave, who are the Commanders taking?
Yeah, right. This is no offense to anyone that does this. Content is content. I get it, and I know this is an unpopular opinion. I hate NFL draft pre-coverage.
Yeah,
I'm not into it.
We can tell you when after tomorrow.
I don't. Hey, who do you think they're going to pick? I don't know. Who do you think these guys? I don't know. You know what we will do? We'll do draft recap tomorrow and all next week when we tell you who was picked. The only thing worse to me than who do you think this team's going to take? I don't know. But let's look. The only thing worse than that is, ooh, they took this guy. Not a great pick.
Right.
Not a great pick. Or, hey, they took this guy. This guy could kill. Oh, my God. This guy's going to be amazing. You don't know.
Right.
You have no idea. But let's, hey.
Yeah.
Anyways, our draft coverage is brought to you by the Xfinity Sports Zone. All the sports information, live games you need, all in one place, personalized for you.
There you go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So we'll have your, there's plenty of play. I don't want you to leave.
Right.
Plenty of places you can, throw a dart at a board. And, I think it's going to be this guy. Now, don't get me wrong, though. Here's how much of a hypocrite I am. Come NBA draft.
Exactly. It's on.
Hey, I think they might take this guy. I'm totally getting smoked for that in a couple of months. Good morning, Sam Amic. How are you?
I'm good, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning. You are driving currently, I'm sure, hands at 10 and 2, and the window's up and being safe and hands-free. So we appreciate. Where are you on the way to, if we can ask?
I'm actually passing the old Golden One Center, heading to the airport for tonight's Lakers-Nuggets game.
And I want to make clear, by the way, just a little personal thing here, because I don't want Sam to be upset with me. I actually know exactly where Sam's going because he told me on the phone like 5 minutes ago. But Sam, nobody else knew, so I wanted to give you a chance to. I didn't know if you were okay with it being disclosed or not. That's why I asked the dumb question.
No, it's all good. If you want the social and the home address too, that's fine. We're good.
Yes, we would actually.
Is somebody installing a pool?
Yes.
Sam, help us out. We'll start here. Malik Monk comes in second to Naz Reid, 10 points behind. I believe it was, 5 points for a first-place vote?
Two first-place vote difference.
Right, 2 first-place vote difference, which tells us we're pretty sure that at least 2 people left Malik Monk off of first, second, and third. We know you voted for Malik Monk to win the whole thing, so you're okay with us. But can you explain? Let me just ask you this, dude. Is East Coast bias a real thing when it comes to voters, or do you think we overplay it because we have a victim complex? And it's okay to say either.
I mean, I just don't see that being the case here because, Naz Reid from the Midwest Minnesota Timberwolves benefiting.
But he's only 1 hour. He's only 1 hour. But they're 2 hours ahead. So I'm saying 7 p.m. games in Minnesota start at 8 p.m. Eastern, whereas 7 p.m. games here start at 10 p.m. Eastern there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of that. I would argue that this particular situation is more they finished the season. We've talked in the past about how if you break down their numbers without him, it actually strengthens Malik's case. But that's a lot to ask. I mean, the voters should be looking at that stuff. But I think that likely the optics of the Kings struggling near the end, him not being in the conversations the past couple of weeks because of his injury, and then Naz Reid just absolutely dominating down the stretch. That is one of the problems with awards voting in general is sometimes, it's funny, sometimes the narratives get set early, but sometimes it's like this where on the back end of the season, if 2 guys are close in a certain race, then you probably pay too much attention to what happened in the final couple of weeks.
Sam, I'm curious, you're in so much communication with all your athletic colleagues and other writers I know that you've built relationships with. How often do you personally talk to awards amongst your peers as the year goes through?
Fairly often, toward the end of the process, I had 3 or 4 kind of school sessions with colleagues who you just kind of want to, like, whatever choices you made that you don't feel all that confident in, you want to get a second, third opinion. Some of those I even will reach out to a team, but media folks are talking to each other for sure.
Well, I don't want to say Naz Reid. Look, I understand the case for Naz Reid. De'Aaron Fox's wife, Rasay, I thought had a really good idea on social media yesterday. Most of these guys voting are writers or communicators anyways. Why not include like a 1 to 2 sentence explanation under the 3, 4, 5, 6 things they vote on? But Sam, I also understand too, and I'm torn because anonymity in voting can also be important. It might, let's say the play-by-play voice for the Timberwolves thought Malik Monk should win it. Well, then he should vote for Malik Monk without fear of reprisal from his home fan base. Otherwise, every play-by-play voice, for example, or local media guy is going to vote for whoever's local in most cases because, they just don't want to hear it. Would you be, as somebody who has a vote, would you be, and it's different for you being national, but would you lean more towards let's lay out every single person's vote, or do you think it should be kept anonymous?
Torn these days. I have wanted transparency in the past, just because journalistically I think that's good. But man, I got to be honest. Like, if you study the results, that local effect that you're talking about, it's just obviously a very real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that, go look at all the MVP votes in Denver, and that's not out yet, obviously. But tell me if anybody went against Jokic, and I voted for him. I think he should be the guy. But conversely, go look at Oklahoma City media, and that part bothers me only because it's one thing if you see a guy more and you have a greater appreciation for him. The politics are real. I mean, I'm honestly, I forget, I might have shared this last week, guys, but I'm giving some thought to not voting anymore because I don't really care to. It's funny because, like, Briseis's idea, I understand the desire to have an explanation, and there's nothing wrong with her idea, but I don't, I go to the game the other night and a fairly prominent agent is asking me if I voted for two of his guys on All-NBA. And now you feel like not only are you in a different spot with that agent, but he's going to probably make sure that the player knows. And actually, I don't even mind. It's harmless enough to share. It was Rich Paul who has De'Aaron Fox, and I did not vote De'Aaron All-NBA, right? So, like, I'm national, but I live here, so you kind of end up going, all right, I mean, if De'Aaron's in his feelings about it, I respect that. I get that. There's nothing I can do about it. We gotta do what we think is right based on who deserves what. But the politics that come with it are very real.
Yeah, I believe that for sure. As we're talking with Sam Amic from The Athletic. Sam, I know you kind of did a postscript on the Kings season. They've done all their exit interviews from players now to Monty and Mike Brown yesterday. It feels like a huge summer coming up for them because 46 proved to not be enough wins for them. We all know what kind of went wrong during the season. Where do you kind of feel like the state of the Kings are after like that feel-good year a year ago to kind of a frustrating up and down roller coaster year this year and then heading into next season? Kind of where's the state of the Kings right now?
I'm personally, I think it's a pretty interesting time where obviously compared to previous postseasons, before last year, Kings fans would take this all day where it's like you have a foundation, you won a bunch of games, the West was better than expected, and you got, kind of on the outside looking in of the playoffs, but not to sound like Monte McNair, but you do have flexibility and options here. But the next few months are very important. What are you going to do with the roster? And really, I think philosophically, just what is the ceiling on this group? I think that's a very relevant question right now that I don't know what the answer is, but I think, that we're going to learn a lot more in the next 12 months. And so, can they be a team that finds a way to add another piece and become an actual contender? Or, are the best times already behind them? I don't really know, but it seemed like the optimism was there with the media they did the past couple of days. And I think most of it is warranted. They have been patient with the roster. They have not made a lot of mistakes. They just haven't swung for the fences much either, other than the Sabonis deal, obviously. So, again, a pretty important offseason.
If Mike Brown, because I believe there's a mutual opt-out in his final year, if Mike Brown is not extended this summer, and in the article it said market value, which sounds like it's going to be double-digit millions there. If Mike Brown is not extended this summer, do you think this becomes a distraction next year?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do. Because it's just, I get the frustration of not making the playoffs, but I think if they chose not to extend him, then what you are saying is that despite the fact that you became the coach who broke the playoff drought, and, they could have extended him at that time. Like, it's funny, this is a little bit of an apples to oranges comparison, but somebody brought this up to me. When Frank Vogel won a championship with the Lakers, he wanted an extension that following summer. He did not get it.
Yeah.
Well, then a year later, they lose in the first round, and now all of a sudden it's like the Lakers decided that Frank Vogel couldn't coach anymore.
Yep.
And now he's in trouble. Now, Frank won a title, so I'm not trying to equate that to making the playoffs. But, a year ago, Mike was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I think the fans, mostly still feel that way. The question is, does the owner still feel that way, or is he so much in the here and the now that the disappointment of not making the playoffs is going to shape how he sees the coach? And I mean, to your question, I do personally think if there's not an extension, that you are just begging the coach to basically say, okay, message received. And, again, with that mutual opt-out next year, then the question becomes, is he on the hot seat if they struggle, or, is he headed for the exits next summer just because he doesn't feel appreciated?
Jason, you take the last question here so Sam can get out of here. But I would argue this. I'm only half joking because he mentioned it's apples and oranges, Vogel to Mike Brown. But actually, if you look at the numbers since 1985, it might actually be easier to win a title with the Lakers than it is to make the playoffs with the Kings. So
that's a hell of a point.
I mean, they're both very difficult to accomplish.
Yeah. And just kind of to wrap up on that, Sam, on the Kings then, so if we go to the last 2 years, one, they're kind of the darlings. They get the 3 seed, a playoff run with the Warriors in a 7-game series to this year where they fall short. I know we haven't even gotten to the offseason officially yet for the Kings and or everyone else, but just your gut feeling, do you think they've got more of the playoff-looking team going into next year or a team that needs some work to get there? Like, where do you kind of fall in line with the Kings?
Yeah, I mean, they're borderline. I did think it was really, really interesting yesterday, and I'm stealing this from Deuce and Mo. They had a stat that I guess Mike Brown shared about how basically if they would have been as good at the free throw line this season as they were last year, that they would have had the 7th best offense in the NBA instead of 14th or whatever they finished. So, you look at little things like that, and obviously all the different losses that shouldn't have been losses, games that got away. It is a what could have been season for them. I think it positions them as a good team that, again, they need another piece. Keegan's got to take another step. It hurt him a lot, not to get in the weeds too much, but you guys remember Sasha Vesenkov was fairly significantly hyped within the organization. And so their quote unquote big moves of last season, convincing Sasha to come over and then Davion being a lottery pick, those two relative misses, and certainly on Sasha, that hurt them. You can't, as you try to get better with the limited different avenues that you have, especially in a small market, that type of stuff hurts. So now they got to find solutions.
That's Sam Amic en route to LA to go watch the Nuggets beat the Lakers tonight. Sam, appreciate the work done in that article as well. Make sure you read all the work he and Anthony Slater did and The Athletic with their postseason recap and kind of previewing the offseason of the Sacramento Kings. Sam, can I ask you one last question, please? I'm sorry. It's just I've got one of our loyal listeners who I love, but also is a pain in my ass. I don't want to lead you here, but I'm going to anyways, and I want to apologize in advance for asking the question. But can we just do away with the idea that Malik Monk winning or not winning 6th man of the year is not going to make him any cheaper or more expensive on the open market? Or, hey, am I wrong?
No, I don't think it matters. I mean, his agent's still going to be coming into the office with his chest puffed out and a bunch of good numbers.
Right.
Feeling good about his case.
So you're telling me there's no GM out there that's like, he didn't win the 6th man. I'm going from 100 to 80 million.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he wants to start. So,
right.
That's part of the conversation as well. But no, I don't think so. It's more, my final thought on the voting front is you talk about it getting personal, 2 first place votes. If you're Malik, who obviously wanted the award so badly, you're going to be studying those. This is why it's tough on media. He's going to be studying all the results and then saying, okay, cool. So you didn't vote for me. You didn't vote for me. I'm not giving you time. I'm not giving you time. But yeah, I don't think the award matters in terms of free agency.
Thank you, Sam Amic of The Athletic. Have a safe flight, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Be good.
Thanks, Sam.
Bye-bye. Well, Malik Monk, do we sign him or not? I was going to, but he didn't win Sixth Man of the Year.
Rubbish.
Rubbish, I say. $80 million. No, I'm having fun with Chris. I actually understand. We all want him back. I understand the question. I understand the thought process. It's just, that's a fan thing. That's a player thing. They have fun with it. What happens is it just comes down to what's the money? What's the fit? What are the statistics? How's he going to play with our guys? You know, if you're Orlando, you're laying it out there. How's he going to fit in with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and friends? Is he the type of guy that, do you want to start him? Do you want to have him come off the bench? What does he want to do? And then, it's weirdly a lot more boring than we think, and then, there's a little bit too that, GMs will call around, like they'll call friends of theirs, maybe whoever the GM is in Orlando is going to call Jordy Fernandez, who we went to college with. Hey, what kind of player is he?
Right.
How is he in the locker room?
And some of the things I've heard from players in the past is like, hey, it's the only time they're in this, right? They when they pick their college, they're probably recruited by just about everybody. Well, I get the choice.
Right.
You get drafted, you get traded. Like, you don't have these choices. Now you have a choice.
Right.
And if you're as good as Malik and there are suitors out there, it's nice to have 4 or 5, maybe more interested in you. Now you can really think, okay, I know what Sacramento is. I know what I like there. Right. I know what I've got. Would it be better here in this city or this city or this city in this situation? So I think it's always nice to have choices. Might be one of the last times he has that as far as an NBA career.
I would say this too, Jason. I know this isn't Chris Webber. It's not De'Aaron Fox. I get that. And I also am not a big believer usually in it's kind of like, the Pelicans beat him 5-0 or they can't beat him. Whatever happened before happened before. Give me logic and fact. It should be said that Sacramento has a phenomenal record when it comes to retaining free agents they want to retain.
Correct.
That's
their best free agent signings are the people that have already been here.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Like, when you go back through history, and I'm trying to think, free agents that the Kings have wanted to bring back and have lost, I know there's at least one. Top of my head, I cannot think of one. They either everybody re-ups or everybody re-signs. Now, we haven't had these limits. Usually, to be fair,
was Bogey one?
Were they trying actively to re-sign Bogey, or was that more of a, he's gonna, go? We don't want to. I think
there was that trade that didn't happen, right?
Right. They tried to trade him. That didn't happen. Or they tried to trade. Yes, and then I think they could have outbid for him. They chose not to. They chose to let him go.
But Weber
came back.
Rudy Gay,
De'Aaron Fox extended. Remember, I'm old enough to remember when the Halliburton trade was made. It was like, almost can opt out in 2 years, which, by the way, that would have been this summer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And some thought he was a free agent, right? When he was traded
right, when he was, some
practice.
National writers and TV. Right. A tremendous record. And we're not even getting into like the Bobby Jacksons of the world, the bench guys that they have a really good track record of retaining their players. Now, to be fair, in many or most of those cases, the Kings were also able to offer more than these guys could get elsewhere. Right. Malik, in this case, it's flipped. This truly would, we don't know what's being offered yet, but it sounds like it's shaping up to where if Malik did stay in Sacramento, that there would be some sort of hometown discount. And I don't know. I hope that happens, but it'll be very interesting. And honestly, if he leaves, here's something. I think I know the answer, but I'm just going to ask you. I think I absolutely know the answer. If Malik Monk were to sign somewhere else, how's the reception next year for him?
Oh,
standing out.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's definitely not going to go out saying anything negative. I think it would be a business decision.
No, totally.
Yeah. So there's love here, mutual, right? He might even stay here.
Nobody here is going to be salty that he decided not to stay, even though the logic's there.
He's definitely writing like a players should be in peace, saying how much he loves the city. And
exactly. Once you do that,
I agree. Yeah,
and again, it's framing of when the comeback too. Like if there's anything said poorly by that player coming in, which won't be the case.
Right.
And then I think the Kings will choose to put some pretty cool highlights, and
Yes.
Moak will know how to. And please welcome back.
Right.
And there's going to be love.
Yes, I agree.
But I hope that's not the case.
I think it'll
hope he stays.
I do too. And I honestly, I can't confirm this. I want to be clear. I can't confirm this, but I think people should definitely check it out and at least ask the question out there. I'm pretty sure my guess is right, I'm pretty sure that every media member in Orlando and Philadelphia left Malik Monk off.
Let's at least tell him
they
that.
left him off of the voting for
Yeah.
Sixth Man of the Year. I think they completely.
Yeah.
They actually thought he was ninth.
Right.
Is that really where you want to
Ninth
play?
Man of the Year.
You know what we should do? We should also find out like every team, because I know we always mention Philly and Orlando, but go through like find all the teams that could sign Malik Monk and just start. We're focusing way too much on Sacramento and the fans. Let's focus on like terrible things about Orlando.
Yes.
Horrible things about Philadelphia. I think San Antonio is one. San Antonio, what a hole. Why can't we go? Look, it's a
terrible Tex-Mex.
Watch
it.
You know what? For this, I'll lie.
Okay.
You know what?
Puffy tacos.
Right. Puffy tacos.
Gross.
Yeah. Terrible. Just the worst. It's like drinking penicillin. It's just not tasty.
Same.
I don't know why I said drinking penicillin.
I don't either.
It's because I used to, when I was a little kid, I had this little pink. I had a choice between, I had some sort of sickness, and they had to give me a choice between the pills and the pink stuff. And I thought it was pink like the other stuff that tasted good. This stuff tastes like.
Oh, yeah. What is that pink like medicine that they give you as a kid that tastes
I think
really
it's
good?
Pepto-Bismol?
No, I think you might be right on amoxicillin.
Yeah, and this wasn't that. And it was
poison.
It was foul. But I was a little kid. I was like, I want the liquid. It's going to taste yummy.
Watch me catch this baseball. Oh.
Also, and as we break, can I say something? And I know this is a really serious subject, and I'm not trying to make light of it. It's honestly one of my I'm a little kid who doesn't know the world questions. Shouldn't all liquid medicines, especially for kids, taste terrible?
Oh, in theory,
I'm
so
saying
you avoid
like in theory.
I want more of that.
That's like a little kid, and I know they make them childproof and all that. I'm just saying, in theory, wouldn't that I know you want the kid to take this stuff and people to take this stuff, but I feel like if it tasted not foul, but just not good, like coconut water, then coconut water's not good.
There was a certain orange cough medicine that I liked growing up as a kid.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That, Chris.
I might have
exactly
exaggerated the cough that I had.
I liked the taste of Pepto-Bismol when I was a kid. I'm not going to lie. It was a little minty at the end, nice sweet flavor. Maybe I'm just saying.
Shake.
Gross.
Oh my God, a Pepto shake. Put a couple shots of Pepto in your vanilla ice cream, blend it up into a nice pink shake.
Cotton candy.
Hey, right. That's not strawberry. We'll take a break. But you know what? I'm unusually balanced intestinally these days with my Pepto shakes. When we come back, Mike Brown spoke yesterday. We've got audio from his season-ending presser. We'll talk about that. And by the way, we'll also we're going to grade Mike Brown and Monte McNair too, as well, not just the players. We'll do all that next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Elevate your golf game at Timber Creek Golf Course in Roseville. Just named to the prestigious Golfer's Choice 2024 Top 25 public golf courses in all of California by Golf Pass. Timber Creek offers an unparalleled experience. Our revamped practice facility features a grass driving range, expanded putting greens, and a chipping area complete with sand traps. Whether you're a pro or just starting your golf journey, Timber Creek is the place to be. Visit us and discover why we're the talk of Sacramento and beyond. Unwind and tee off at Timber Creek Golf Course.
My community means everything to me. That's why I joined the Army National Guard. I'm proud of where I'm from, and as a soldier, I get to give back to the people that help me succeed. The training and leadership skills I get from the Army National Guard help me every day when I teach young people and look out for my community. If you'd like to learn how you too can serve part-time with the community you love, visit nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard, aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
Maida Chevy saves you $10,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 half-ton Silverado, LT, RST, and LTZ in stock after rebates. Over 50 to choose from.
Exclusive, all in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details, ends 4/30/24.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com. Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Nighttime is the right time to track your golf ball's flight time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying the Top Tracer technology where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks. You can compete against your friends in a variety of games or just practice with the Top Tracer television technology. There's food when you're hungry from the Hangout food truck or enjoy a craft beer on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And don't forget the summer-long free concert schedule. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until midnight, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Thank you to Sam Amic for joining us earlier. Hey, listen, if you missed it, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Or the podcast. Or any of the number of places. I should be following Sactown Sports on all socials. 916-339-1140 is our text line. Hey, look, Simone checked in.
Hi, Simone.
Coconut water is amazing. You're an idiot. Wow, she called you an idiot.
Mm.
That's terrible. Gross. Let me tell you something about coconut water, which I do drink from time to time, but I have to augment it with something. Straight up coconut water tastes like urine smells.
So then why would you drink it at all?
Because it's good for you. And as you know, I'm very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is good for you. And honestly, it's a great way to quench it for
you.
I don't know. It has like vitamin stuff in it and hydration things and electrolytes and all that crap. I don't know. There's coconut water sometimes in the fridge and I drink it, but straight up pure, like actual coconut water. Honestly, it tastes like pee smells. It's like salty kind of. There's a little salt to. Have you ever had coconut water?
I have, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, you'd think it would be like, water with the.
I think I've only had it once, so maybe there's better versions.
There's flavored coconut water.
I've heard people rave about it. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't like that.
No, a flavored coconut water is totally different. I'm talking about pure,
maybe I had
unflavored coconut water. When I was like, water with a tinge of coconut. I like coconut. I like water. Yum. But then you taste it, you're like, this kind of. I can't get over the salty. It's just a salty tang to it. So, hey, to each their own, right?
Absolutely.
Some people like asparagus. Me. Some people don't. We had Brussels sprouts last night. Some people like them. Some people don't.
I don't.
I'm going to do the thing where I like when somebody says they don't like Radiohead. And have you ever listened to Radiohead in the dark with the Thundersticks? Are you confident that you have had Brussels sprouts made well for you?
Oh, I've had them where they've tasted better. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just don't like
them.
Wow, calling out Jason's family's chefs.
No, I don't. Look, there's one thing I will never call out.
Yeah.
It's Jason's family's ability to cook.
They prepared them well.
Okay.
And I go, okay, it's more tolerable. I just don't prefer them.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I would never order them. Put it that way. Now, if they were certain, if it was like, hey, here's the meal and there's Brussels sprouts, I'll take two.
Yeah.
I'll eat them.
I'll eat them.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll hork them down.
Yeah,
but, won't
probably
enjoy
first.
Yeah,
and then I'm done. You can get any. I ate them already.
That's actually a really interesting point. I do the same thing. If there's, I
used to wait.
I eat in order of least to most thing that I like.
Yeah, usually, hopefully, I have everything I like on there in some way, shape, or form. But sometimes, I better eat that.
But you do have a ranking.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a ranking. The only exceptions are when it's Thanksgiving and there's turkey and I'll eat everything but the turkey and mashed potatoes, but I have to kind of eat them together because the mashed potatoes and gravy moistens the turkey.
Yeah, and I can eat things together. Some people are like, no, I can't have the corn touch the peas or whatever.
Yeah,
the potatoes can't touch the chicken. I'm like, why?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I
can eat them all.
I'm not gonna lie. I do get a little hinky when the cranberry sauce is in the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, I'd prefer that not to be, but
if
it happens,
I don't do the big Thanksgiving Dagwood where you put the cranberry and the potatoes and the stuffing and the mac and cheese and the turkey and make it into a sandwich.
No.
It's all fine, but I'm not putting cranberry sauce on
right.
it. Mike Brown spoke to the crew yesterday. Jason, you asked him about season growth.
Oh, I did. That's right.
And he had this to say.
Although we're all disappointed that we're not playing right now, there were some good things in terms of our growth that happened this year. I'm proud of our guys. Our guys, they competed. They prepared the right way. They tried to lock in and focus on the details. They continued to try to improve upon our identity, trying to play fast. Obviously, they're trying to play physical, which really increased, and then playing for each other. This group has been connected from day one, and that connectivity has gone a long way in terms of our growth.
Okay. What about defensively, Coach Mike Brown?
But the growth that our guys have shown this year has been tremendous on both sides of the ball. Defensively, the growth speaks for itself in a lot of areas, especially with us going from, I think, 23 or 25, around there, to 14, 15 this year. with the same group of guys for the most part, with a few injuries. Our guys grew a lot on that end of the floor. They embraced it and they took off on that end of the floor.
When they did, I honestly, they did grow defensively as the season wore on. And is that Simone with coconut water? Is that, come here, get in here. They did grow as the season went on. And part of that's personnel. Keon Ellis making a move here.
That looks flavored.
Exactly, Simone. This is Trader Joe's organic coconut water, and it's got here we go. It's a young Thai Nam Hom coconut.
Delicious.
But it's got like a rose color to it. So
that happens when it oxidizes.
Oh, so this is just straight up coconut water? Oh, she's got we're getting coconut shots here. Yeah, that's not okay. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, right, smell.
Ooh.
This smells like ass.
Uh-huh.
Ass-ish. Okay. What is that? It's like a meaty.
That's like a potato
wood,
chip,
right?
Or something.
It's like woody. No, I got it. No, I got it, man. You ever have corn checks?
Or I got like Doritos.
Yeah, yes. Which are made from corn tortillas, I think.
Can I say that you're both right?
Yeah, right. It's like corn checks and Doritos had a baby.
Without this, I don't really have the salt though.
Then this isn't that. Well, I think the salt is being covered up.
Yeah, I didn't like that much.
Yeah, it tastes like I'm drinking like the cereal water from corn checks and Doritos, but plain Doritos. There's no nacho or Cool Ranch in there.
So that was a flavored coconut water?
No, I don't.
Not better flavored.
No, God,
it's not flavored.
No,
it's not flavored.
Get all the way out of here with that.
That was good for me.
I don't think if that's what's good for me, I don't want to. I want what's bad.
Corn check.
So delicious.
But
that tastes
4% of your daily calcium.
Okay, but
15% of your daily potassium.
But that doesn't taste. That has nothing to do with taste. I admit there's advantages.
Yeah,
I feel like that's an acquired taste.
It tastes good,
like an IPA of water. Like how IPA, everyone says it's an acquired taste. And I'm like, it tastes like a pine tree, dude.
I hate IPA.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with you guys. It is an acquired taste. I usually remedy this for when you've had too many libations the night before. It's
right. Like
electrolytes.
I got buddies who have Pedialyte in their fridge and they ain't babies. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that.
Oh, they're babies.
I'm just saying, if I'm looking at like, here's some regular water.
Give me the regular.
A sweet tea.
Because I have regular water here. And
a root beer, a Pepsi, a coffee, a tea, a lemonade, Ocean Spray cran grape.
Coconut water's last.
Coconut water's not even invited to the party.
Yeah.
Everyone, just do this exercise with me. Close your eyes. You're on a beautiful beach in Thailand. There is a fresh coconut to you with a little straw and a little umbrella. You take a sip. It is so refreshing and cold.
I mean,
it's amazing.
The visual is cool.
It tastes like what we just had.
But I'm going to one of them Thailand the little trucks and getting
food cart.
Yeah, I'm getting some sort of lime sugary awesome tropical drink they're making. Now let me ask you this: I don't drink. How come coconut water hasn't caught on like Red Bull, where like you mix a bunch of drinks with coconut water, so that way you're kind of killing the hangover as it happens?
I'm sure in
that's
countries...
not what Red Bull does.
No, I know. No, I get that. But I'm saying, why isn't coconut water part of a regular bartender's mixer?
I'm sure in countries where it's more readily available, it may be utilized more, but I think that...
Shortage of coconut water here?
No, it's expensive.
Oh. So you're paying a premium to taste corn checks.
Was that an expensive bottle?
Yeah, I bet you it was. Let me guess.
It's like $3 or $4, which is expensive for TJs.
That is expensive.
It was a little fella.
It was a little guy.
Yeah.
We both drank at least 75 cents.
I agree.
I'll pay you back.
They charge for that later. Boom. We're all gonna have to throw in our quarters. Well, thank you, Simone.
Yeah, sorry for taking over this segment.
You didn't take over the segment. So anyways, that's what Mike Brown said.
Okay.
We got a lot more of Mike Brown coming up. Well, one more here on the free throw shooting, then we'll break.
One of my guys brought up the fact that if we shot the ball at the same rate from the free throw line as we did last year, which wasn't extraordinary, it was more than doable, we would have finished 7th in offensive rating instead of 13th.
MC says, I've never been forced to suck down gallons of straight water. I don't know why. Never mind. For weeks on end. His palate is purchased. Purchased is spelled with a $sign. And established has $1 sign, but then the other one's a regular S. An established taste. I like water. That's my number one drink. I enjoy water.
Yeah, but you're being made to do that.
I don't think I've ever been held down and forced to drink. I don't know what that. No, you got me. Is that a deep state thing?
I don't know.
Have I been taken over by big water? Is deep coconut a part of this thing?
Yes.
Are there any?
Wake up.
We can't talk about it.
Are there any horse socks? We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot? Who's not? Let's go streaking. Then we'll hear from Monte McNair next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
We are very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business by doing what we do best, helping you get the truck you need for less. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. And with over 500 new Rams available, you won't find a better selection in all of California.
Wow, 75 years? That is amazing.
It all started with my grandpa and great-grandpa's dream, and it's grown over the years to where we've had a chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show them there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at those big city auto mall dealerships.
Come experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
11,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible first responder association. More than 5 of this total net savings. See dealer for details.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SacLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
According to MC, I've also never been really tired or thirsty. Yeah? Why don't you play back-to-backs all day long for 9 hours on the Winston Churchill Blacktop in July?
Yeah.
See how thirsty and tired you are, guy. Who's hot?
Malik Monk.
Okay.
This season, he averaged 15.4 points per game, 5.1 assists per game. He was first in bench points, first in bench assists, and first in clutch points by a bench player. He's also the first player since Lou Williams with 1,000 plus points and 350 plus assists off the bench. And you know what? He has had the most bench points in a row and has not won the Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, 2 years. Only guy to lead the league in bench points 2 years in a row, not win Sixth Man of the Year. Who's not?
Jason Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically in the fourth quarter, in 12 minutes, he had 4 points, shot 1 of 3 from the field, had 1 rebound, 0 assists, or 1 assist, 0 steals, in the Celtics 111-101 loss to the Heat last night.
Boo.
Yeah, he's starting to get a reputation, ain't he?
Yeah.
Deserve it or not. That's a respectable job.
Yeah. See what Jimmy Butler sent Jaylen Brown's way? A little troll job.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know who else is not hot?
Who?
Major League Baseball. The reason number 746 why they've lost the script here. I have put out by Major League Baseball their pitching power rankings for the season. Number 10, Ranger Suarez, who weirdly plays for the Phillies. Jared Jones, Jose Barrios. This is a great name for a pitcher. Cutter Crawford, Boston. Freddie Peralta, Dylan Cease, Corbin Burns of the Orioles, number 4. Tariq Skubal of the Tigers. Tyler Glasnow of the Dodgers, number 1. Zach Wheeler. Logan Webb can't. Does he not count? Is he not allowed to?
He's the Malik Monk of.
I guess. I mean, is he allowed to be a part of that at all? I mean, maybe, am I wrong? Let me take just a quick look here. Logan Webb. Oh, he's 3-1 with a 2.33 ERA. Is that maybe not good? It's
pretty good. It's really good, actually.
1-800-920-1140. Oh, I didn't screen this call. Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is JR, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Good morning, JR.
I ate paint chips and washed out with cough syrup, and I am fine.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Nothing. I played football in college, and we used to fold up our helmet and put it in our back pocket, and wait, who's there? Hello? Hey, strategically, when the Kings missed 3 free throws, that was the issue. I know I'm going to get serious for a second. It was the games and when they missed him in certain spots that killed us.
You mean like behind the rim?
Well, I mean, when we really needed a couple and Fox goes 0 for 2 at the line or something.
Yeah.
There was certain games where we really did that. And there were games, and those are games we lost by 1 or 2. And so, sorry, but that is a major impact on the season.
I couldn't agree.
Other than that, everything's good. Who's there?
Cue it up. Let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can
at a cafe. They have the mic and their guitar, and they're up there just singing a few songs. So this guy's up there and he's singing "Hungry Like the Wolf" by Duran Duran, and all of a sudden this dude comes up and starts singing with him. I had Simon Le Bon, Duran Duran, just rolls up in glasses and flip flops, looking a little older than I thought he looked, and just starts. And the guy thank goodness, and the guy recognizes him immediately, and is like,
"Oh, he helped write this song."
Right? He's freaking out. The next thing you know, they're doing,
"I got this.
I got this." They're doing harmonies and stuff. It's a cool video. I'll throw it out there to you guys.
And he threw him off the ship.
And then they all had glorious lunchtime together. Yeah. Take a break. When we come back,
the reflex.
Monte McNair, who we hope will be speaking to us next week exclusively right here in your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports. He did speak at the season-ending press conference. We'll see if we can pick up some stuff from that. I want to finish with Mike Brown, though. First, we'll do all that right after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Or Serenity, the 2024 Accord from Elk Grove Honda delivers both. With Honda Sensing Standard, the 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in car and driver award history. Drive a 2024 Accord Hybrid and see for yourself what the fuss is all about. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to score big with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We're bringing you the hottest acts and the biggest concerts all season long. First up, on May 10th, it's a night of laughs as Pete Davidson takes the stage at Hard Rock Live. It's comedy gold and a night you won't want to miss. Visit hardrockhotelsacramento.com for tickets. And June 8th, Live Nation brings NF to the Golden One Center as he lights up the stage with his high-energy performance. Visit Live Nation or Ticketmaster.com to score your tickets today. But wait, the fun doesn't stop there. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. It's a concert experience that'll rock your world. And looking ahead to August 22nd, get ready to kick up some dust with Creed Fisher at Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. Keep the adrenaline pumping, Sacramento. Visit SactownSports.com for all the details and ticket information. The Sactown Sports Live Events Calendar, your ultimate guide to the hottest shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Hey, UC Davis fans, Aggie football season tickets are available now. Whether you're coming out to see the dynamic, fast-paced offense under new head coach Tim Plow and All-American running back Land Larison, or bringing the kids out to roll down the grass hills and run on the field at halftime's more your speed, UC Davis Football Games has something for everyone. Secure your 6 Saturday games now with a season ticket package by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or go online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
Welcome to the April Adventure sales event at Kia Vacaville, where they're ushering a new season with unbeatable lease options for their 2024 lineup. As April blooms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to discover the thrill of driving a Kia, featuring the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. During April Adventures, Kia Vacaville is excited to unveil their top models with irresistible lease offers. Feel the exhilaration of the all-new Kia Sportage, blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Experience the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid wonder that stretches your adventures further. And don't miss out on the chance to boost your journeys with the luxurious comfort and practicality of the Kia Telluride. Available now at Kia Vacaville. Embrace the look of spring with their eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, tailored for those who seek efficiency without sacrificing style, with the EV9 in stock. Kia Vacaville is your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. For more details, visit Kia Vacaville and embark on your April adventure today.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes,
He did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Still a coconut water argument going on. YouTube chat, join. I pulled a prank on Jason. When he was out of the room, I took his chair and I moved it into the corner. And then when he walked in to sit down to do the show, his chair was in the corner. And now he's going to do the show from the corner. Nobody puts Jason in a corner. That's our theme. I got you.
Yeah, totally burned.
Got you, dog.
Hey, look under your seat.
Hey now. Mike Brown congratulated Jordy Fernandez. And then there were some questions as to, well, what happens now on the bench? He went into that a little bit.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Jordy and the Brooklyn Nets. Fantastic hire. It's pretty neat to see guys that you either got into the league or brought to the front of the bench for the first time, and you see them get an opportunity. And I've had a handful of guys that have been able to do that, so it's really neat. And Jordy's story compared to the other guys is really, really unique. But I'm excited for him and Kelsey and his kids and his family. And I'm excited for the Nets. But my first two hires when I got this job were Jordy and Luke Laux. And I told Luke if anybody leaves from the front of the bench, I'd move him to the front. So he's going to go to the front of the bench. I'm not sure, what Jordy's situation is or who he'll try to take at the end of the day. That's to be determined. But he and I are close, and we'll have conversations about that as time goes on.
Now, who moves if Luke Laux is moving? By the way, Florida State's Luke Laux is moving to the front of the bench. Who's moving to Luke Laux's spot? Right. Is it you?
Is it me?
That'd be cool. What if he said, "Hey, we want you on the back of the bench"? I would do it.
You have pretty good sources.
Now who's going to coach?
Would that be really weird?
That would be amazing.
I mean, I think I could teach the team the patented Verlad triple pump fake.
Triple threat.
With the triple Lindy.
The triple threat.
Because every time when Chris has the ball in here,
yeah,
he's like, I'm in the triple threat. I go, I know what you're going to do. And I say, he's going to pass. He goes, nope. He's going to dribble. And I go, oh, now I know what you're going to shoot. He goes, nope. It's going to pass.
My triple threat was so good that if I could dribble or shoot, I would be an incredible basketball player.
See?
He could pass, though.
He could pass. He's
pass.
Great passer.
Really a single threat, but he was in the triple threat
position. Yeah. Well, you got to throw people off.
Yeah.
It's like a triple option in football.
And then get them with the head fake?
Yeah,
yes.
Easily. Well, who's going to coach Summer League then if Jordy's gone? Mike?
I'm leaning towards Doug.
Okay, so here's my question. Doesn't it kind of have to be Doug now? If you say you're leaning towards Doug and it's not Doug, that's weird.
That's true.
I'm going to go ahead and announce Doug.
What if Doug doesn't want to do it? Maybe he's got some summer trips.
Maybe Doug. Why would Doug not want a nice 2 weeks in July in beautiful Las Vegas?
Right.
That is my. God, are we going this year? Because we didn't last year.
I went last year.
Did you go last year? Did you?
Uh-huh.
That's like walking into a hairdryer.
Interesting.
In July.
Yeah.
It's just hot as all get out.
Can't even touch the car door.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Mike Brown said they could have won 52 games.
Absolutely love everybody in that locker room. We all do. They competed their tails off. We could have, in my opinion, we could have easily won 50 games this year, 52 games this year, even with the injuries. But at the end of the day, just like, us losing Jordy and me moving Luke to the front of the bench and me having to figure out the rest of the staff, change is going to happen. And it's just a matter of what we feel at the time that we start doing it.
Yeah. Well, you got to create a winning culture though, Mike, right? He understands that more than anyone. He's done that before, been a part of that in LA, been a part of that in Golden State, been a part of that in Cleveland, a part of that here.
I think we all have been a part in creating a winning culture here. You know, Martina and her group have been phenomenal. Monte and his group, they've been phenomenal. The players have been phenomenal, you know, and it takes everybody to kind of buy in and do their part to get it to where you're feeling pretty good about it. I also feel that it's definitely sustainable. But, you know, when you do talk about culture, it's usually extremely hard to build, but it can go away quickly if you don't work at it every day. And I truly believe that our guys, that Martina and her group, that Monty and his group, and everybody else works extremely hard at trying to have the best environment here that's sustainable for a long time. And that's what excites me about this place.
I don't have a problem with any of that. I think fans at this point are like, yeah, we didn't make the playoffs, dude. But it's one of those things where hindsight is 20/20. If the team is back in the playoffs and making noise next year, we're going to look back on all these quotes. We'll play some of them, be like, they knew what they were doing.
Right.
And if they run it back next year and make lateral moves, and then we get all excited for the trade deadline, okay, well, we didn't do anything this summer, but all right, trade deadline, and then trade deadline, you know, we sign, you know, Brooks Jenkins, then whatever, then yeah, people are going to be like, okay, enough of this crap. Like, figure it out. And when you talk about winning culture, you know, Mike Brown wants to be a part of that. So he was naturally asked, you know, we've talked about his contract situation. Jason, he was asked about that.
I have 1 year left on my deal. Everybody knows that. But I'm excited about being here. I'm excited about our future. And so I'm going to go into this summer trying to figure out how we can be better next year. And then next year trying to attack it because, you know, again, we're disappointed we're not playing and we feel like we left some things on the table.
That's the thing. That's where we got to, whether it was JR said it earlier or Sam said it, like just the stuff that they missed out on, whether it was free throws, the games that they should have won. They need to try to make themselves Western Conference proof, if that makes sense, where, yeah, they're a victim a little bit of the conference getting better. But other teams that were...
So's Denver.
Right.
So's Oklahoma City.
Right. So I'm looking at the three teams that didn't make it this year that made it last year. Sacramento.
Yeah.
Memphis. Understandably why they didn't make it. And Golden State. Well, Kings and Warriors were very good teams last year.
Yes.
They're pretty good this year. They didn't make it. So why did OKC and New Orleans and Dallas, who didn't make it a year ago, make it this year?
Right.
Now, New Orleans is right there on the fringe with the Kings, but OKC went from not making it to the 1 seed.
And then yesterday in a 30-point victory over a team we went 0-6 against, had every single point scored by somebody under 25 years old, 25 or under.
So it feels like their future is incredibly bright, but are they going to get caught up in this wash and just have a few things off a little bit and all of a sudden, hey, we won 47. Yeah, you missed. So you got to try to make yourself Western Conference proof. I don't even know exactly what that means, but it's just getting a little bit above that 6 line, and that's not easy to do.
We're going to have to break here in a second, but a couple more here. Mike Brown talked about Kings fans. I always like playing these because, hey, it's us. Let's say nice things about Kings fans, please.
Trying to do well, not only for yourself and for the organization, but for them too. So they pay their hard-earned money to come watch us and support us and, you know, buy the gear and, you know, and all that other stuff. And they talk more positive about us than negative. And so there's no way that I would, you know, try to tell them to do anything but continue to use us as an outlet to enjoy life however they want to, as long as obviously they don't go overboard. I mean, none of us want any of that. And then, you know, obviously, if we're up 3 and there's a minute and a half to go in the game and we're shooting a free throw, don't start yelling, light the beam then. Wait a little longer. It's probably the one thing I tell him.
He does not like that.
You know, one of the most difficult things to do when you cover this team. And I really lose sight of this at times. And we'll take a break here. For every person listening every day, and for everybody tuning in every day that's like into the nuts and bolts and nitty gritty of what the Kings are doing, draft, trades, defensive ratings, I never have a good handle, and I feel like I miss it a lot, on the large amount of people that are like, I buy my season tickets. I like to wear the gear. I like to bring my family. We go, we cheer. We hope they're going to win. And then maybe sometimes we'll tune in and, well, we don't really not understand out of an ignorance or a bad thing. Just we're not that deep into it.
Yeah.
Like we just like to go and have fun and hopefully we win. And when they tune in, like part of me wants to be like, man, sucks that we lost. But you know what? Team, they're so likable. And, you know, Monty and Mike are smart. And I know that I'm a cynical, kind of pessimistic guy at heart, and I know the majority of our listeners would hate that type of show, but I do kind of feel bad sometimes for Joe and Jane Smith that they just want a distraction and to bang the thunder sticks and eat the licorice and see Slamson maybe once or twice. And we'll get him next year. You know what? I'm going to be a Kings fan till I die.
Yeah, that one is always fun. I mean, like I'm more of the upbeat, positive, but like when the season ended, when they lost to the Pelicans and you run across all like, well, next year, I'm like, I'm not ready for that conversation. Today,
same.
like, you know, already today feels better.
Yeah.
But like right after, I'm like, next year, I'm like, no, not. I need some time. Need a little bit of time.
I got burned on my way out when we were walking out from New Orleans when a Pelicans fan and all the Pelicans gear looked right at me as I was leaving. He goes, "That's 6 straight," and I looked right back at him. I'm like, "I know."
Like, what? You didn't burn me.
You got me.
Yeah. I got nothing.
We'll have some gumbo now. Quick 30-second break. When we come back, let's finish up on Mike Brown. Let's talk about his year in general, the contract situation. We'll have Monty's stuff tomorrow as well before we get to what to watch, and then crosstalk and all that. Bottom line is, man, it's not a straight line. It never is a straight line to go from not making the playoffs to winning a championship, unless, of course, Oklahoma City does it this year. But even then, there was a lot of this and a lot of that leading up to it. The drive to a championship is tough. The drive to a championship is fraught with speed bumps and hurdles, and the drive to a championship can oftentimes be derailed unless you're in a Hoblet Ram. Then you just get over here, Timberwolves. Nuggets, crunch. Hey, Thunder, rolling my windows up. Now what? Not scary.
I'll do the Trailblazers.
Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland right now. Last call sales event for our friends at Dodge. 75 years in business for Hoblet by offering 75 new Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices. That's their way of saying thank you. Right now, get your hands on the last collector's items even. Gas-powered 2023 Dodge Charger and Challengers GT or SXT and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. But you better hurry because you only have until April 13th. Some of the biggest savings they've ever seen over there, talking to Chad Hoblet. But you better hurry because these are the very last of the gas-powered Chargers and Challengers, and you only have until April 13th to cash in on these anniversary savings. Get moving. Hoblet Dodge in Woodland, or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 30-second break, kids. No time to get up at all. When we come back, we'll finish up grading Mike Brown next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Now, when I lived in Omaha, one of my roommates who is an Omahayan, actually he's from Tulsa.
Oh, you know what they say about people from Tulsa.
Absolutely.
Gross.
His name was Joey.
Joey!
And, they were building a new Harrah's in Omaha, in Council Bluffs, Iowa, which is their sister city. And he called it Harrah's. And I went, oh, yeah, no, it's spelled like that. It's actually Harrah's. He's like, no, dude, it's Harrah's. I saw the commercial. I was like, no, I live next to Lake Tahoe. Like, I've been there a bunch. I'm just, honestly, it's Harrah's. It should be, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's like, hurrah, but it's Harrah's. He's like, bro, and he was getting angry. He was like, dude, I'll bet you whatever you want right now. I'll bet you. I think he said, like, I'll bet you $500. I'm like, I'll bet you 20. Because I know
probably not best that he goes to Harrah's.
Yeah, probably not.
And 20 back then too. That's
with inflation. It's like I'll bet you 20. Tell you what, how we'll solve this. Let's just call their let's call their main line and let's just see how they answer. Fair? He goes, yeah, dude, I'll take your money. Ring. Thank you for calling Harrah's. How can I help you?
And you went, hurrah! I won $20.
You know what this guy says? Thank you for calling. And then I hung up.
They're lying.
He goes, they're wrong.
You called ahead.
I'll never forget. Was that really them? He was convinced. Yeah, it was. Anyways, that's why I always remember that. Anyways, one final quote from Mike Brown. This is Mike Brown, very time-sensitive, newsworthy. This is Mike Brown on Malik Monk.
No, first of all, we love Malik. Everybody knows that.
We love Malik.
I truly believe Malik loves it here. The fans have done a fantastic job of showing him love, and I think he really, really, really appreciates that. And he's got a great soul, and he's about as charismatic as they come. So, in terms of him being back, that's a no-brainer. But obviously, that I don't have, you don't, I don't. That's going to have to take care of itself. And I truly believe we're all on the same page with that. No brainer to have Malik back. Malik, you hear me? But at the end of the day, we're all on the same page here in the organization. But that will take care of itself. And like I said, having Kevin or Malik would have been great, but they were hurt and guys stepped up, and I'm proud of the way everybody stepped up, even though we're disappointed in how it ended.
I just personally, I wouldn't have bet it. I want to, Mike Brown, I want to give him a round of applause. Now, I haven't heard Monty's yet. I do believe Mike Brown now becomes the first, certainly of who we've played, the first Kings player or representative of any type to not use in some form the words "it's a business" when talking about Malik Monk.
Yeah,
I've been looking for it. Everyone said
it is.
He's the first one, and for that, I give him an A on the year, Jason. It is incredibly difficult to grade Mike Brown this year for me. It really, truly is.
Why so?
Because on one hand, the team did worse than they did last year. The team shot the worst in the league in free throws. The team repeatedly gave up double-digit leads, the most in the NBA. The team repeatedly was, I would say, outcoached, but let's just say was repeatedly outscored after halftime, giving up those leads, which usually a lot of times means one team made an adjustment, the other did not. You look at all the Willodies we talked about, whatever was going on with Kevin Huerter, the absences of Harrison Barnes, yet him staying in the starting lineup the whole time, shying away from using Malik Monk in the starting lineup at times, the rotations. There are a lot of criticisms on the surface I could levy at Mike Brown, mainly that I think he got out-coached quite a few more times this year than he did last year. Here's why it's difficult for me. Number one, I want to believe, and I do believe, I'm choosing to believe, and I could be being naive here, excuse me, that Mike Brown and Monte McNair they have a plan, they are sticking to it, and they're trying to do things long-term. I do think that they probably could have gotten a few more wins this year had Mike Brown not put the focus on the defense. But I also think he knows that they are limited and there is a big ceiling with them in the playoffs if they don't become a defensive-oriented team at some point. It wasn't Mike Brown missing the free throws. It wasn't Mike Brown missing the defensive assignments. Now, you could argue that's a combination of players being, whatever, and coaches not coaching enough. I will feel, I know as sports people, as sports hosts, we are supposed to, Jason, have a take, be confident in it, and throw it out. People want that. I will say that I will have a lot easier time grading Mike Brown this time next year on this year because it's very likely there is a bigger than zero opportunity, Jason, that we could see a lot of the steps back that this team took this year turn into positives next year. And in that case, I could look back and see myself giving him an A. But I would say this, I would give Mike Brown an A last year. I would give him probably a BB minus this year. On the surface, with all the information I have right now, I'm not going to put on my purple glasses. I'm just going to say based on this season, because of the things I stated, I'll give him a BB minus.
I would say for me, the biggest, look, it's a results league. He would know that. So if you were a 3 seed and now you didn't make it, based also partly on how much better the Western Conference was, when we get into the, is it a disappointing season or a failure?
Yeah.
I feel like disappointing feels more than failure. Like,
I
don't
agree
think
with
they
you.
failed.
I agree with you.
Disappointing, sure. Absolutely. They didn't reach some goals. So when you don't reach, and we're not talking about, hey, they wanted to win a championship. Of course they did, but they didn't get to the party. To me, all along, I would say my critique would be this. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's a good coach, a great communicator in this sense. I think he's been a positive asset to the community and certainly to this team. I think De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, probably for the most part, Keegan Murray and Malik Monk drive to the arena, or home or road, knowing what's going to happen that night. Like their role.
Yes.
I would think for Herter, maybe Barnes, even though they know they were starting, but not all the time for Herter at one point.
That's right.
Duarte, Davion, Alex Len, JaVale McGee, Sasha go down the line. I don't know that they always knew night by night exactly their role.
Yep.
And maybe that's part of coach. Like, hey, maybe the philosophy is like, I know what I'm going to get from them, but I can't let them always have that.
And also the game might dictate what their role will be in real time.
Yeah. So that would be one. Like, I personally think like clear determination of roles is really important. I don't think it's willy-nilly. I don't want to get it, but sometimes you go from, hey, I'm trying something different, Chris Duarte starting to, and he might have played okay to the next game. He doesn't even play. Like, that's a weird thing for a player, I would think.
I would think so too.
That one, and then the other one, I thought he had a really odd year of challenges. I just thought I didn't understand them entirely. Sometimes I did. It's not deal breakers, but
I will stand in front of him only to your point, because I agree with you. The only defense I would offer up is I did have a conversation, this middle of the year. Mm-hmm. The challenges, that is a coaching and front office philosophy. Yeah. It is not just on Mike. That is a philosophy they all share. So good or bad, blame or credit needs to go to all of them. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. Sam, I see you on the line at 1-800-912-1140. He wants to talk about coaching. Different Sam. I don't think that's Sam Amic. I think he's on the plane. Right?
Still hi, Sam.
Still hi, Sam. When we come back, we'll get to Sam if he still holds, and then what to watch tonight. Also, there's an NFL draft. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah, NFL draft, and I want to remind you, it's sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone, the place to find game stats, scores, schedules, and more personalized just for you. We're right back with all that after this.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
The 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in Car and Driver Award history. Come drive it. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Oh, honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you.
Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing?
That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every Leaf Filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leaffilter.com/build to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard.
Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/build and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Hey, what's up? It's Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. If you go to their website, mbofstockton.com, then click the tab that says Specials, prepare to be impressed. That's right. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has some crazy spring deals on new and pre-owned vehicles. Check it out. You can lease a pre-owned 2023 Mercedes GLA 250 or a 2023 EQB 300 all-wheel drive SUV for just $499 a month. Or even a pre-owned 2023 C-Class Mercedes for $599 a month. And right now, you can take advantage of as much as $22,000 in Mercedes-Benz incentives on premium electric cars like my EQS. Mercedes will even throw in a complimentary home EV charger and hook you up with 2 years of prepaid maintenance. I promise you guys, it'll be the best car shopping experience you've ever had. It's just a half hour from SAC, a short drive off I-5, or online at mbofstockton.com.
They bleed big black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
We fulfill our promises here at Sactown Sports. I told Sam if he held through the break, he'd be first up, and that is it. And as a former caller, Steve Buzzard, used to do the same for me after Kings games. We appreciate you, Sam. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, thanks for taking the call. Well, my question is that, I know the Heat is on ground, like you said, all the lapses, which the fans could almost see themselves. But what happens? You got a guy like Jordan Fernandez. He's one of the most sought-after coaches in the NBA, probably going to Brooklyn as a head coach. You got Doug Christie sitting there. He's supposed to be one of the top assistants in basketball. Why doesn't some of the burden fall on them to take care of those lapses that everybody's attributing to Brown?
I understand the question. I mean, Jordy is going to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think it does, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But they're a team.
Yeah.
And when we say Coach Brown, we're saying Coach Brown and
staff.
The staff. Just like when we refer to Monte McNair. I mean, Monte's got like a 80-person staff of nerds, and I say that lovingly, that it's not just Monte. Monte's the CEO of the front office. Mike Brown is the CEO of the coaching staff. The buck stops there, but it's a group effort.
Yeah, and they're the ones that have to answer the question.
Yes.
So a lot of times, and Mike Brown's never going to do it where you go, like if it just was a bad scheme.
Right.
It might have come up from one of the assistants that this is the way we should approach this game today. Might be.
Right.
I'm sure it's a collaborative, but maybe someone kind of pushed the thing a little bit. We're like, we should double team this player here and in this corner.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go, that didn't work. Well, he's not going to throw that coach under the bus.
No, of course he's not. And I think it's also
he's the coach. He's the head coach.
He is the head coach. And I think sometimes also, and this is also where I understand the question, like in the NFL, if the defense sucks, you look at the defensive coordinator. Offense sucks, offensive coordinator. In baseball, if the hitting sucks, we need to replace the hitting coach. That's a lot more normal.
Yeah.
In basketball, it's far more of a collaborative effort. Very rarely do you have a standout assistant that you can draw a straight line. Tex Winter with Phil Jackson's teams. Pete Carrill, coachy, of course, with Rick Adelman's teams under Jeff Petrie. There are those assistants that stand. I mean, I just named two, and I'm probably forgetting one or two, but that's a very rare situation.
Right.
It's very collaborative. I had something for you guys, and then Chris Watkins, who will be joining us for Crosstalk here momentarily, put out the defensive ratings per person on the Kings roster, starting with the lower the better.
Okay.
So according to defensive rating, the best defender on the team this year with the minutes he got, and some of this is minutes skewed, of course. Some of this, remember, is bench guys going against bench guys. So these stats aren't absolute, but 100.8 Alex Len.
Okay.
The next lowest guy, Colby Jones, 103.3. It's pretty sizable difference. Kessler Edwards, 104.6. I'll leave you the numbers. Followed by Keon Ellis, Trey Lyles, JaVale McGee, Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Sasha Vezenkov, Chris Duarte, Keegan
Murray.
Thank you. Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, both at 115, by the way, tied. Domantas Sabonis at 115.2. And according to defensive rating, the worst defender by rating on the team, Harrison Barnes, at 115.7. What I think is a little more disturbing is your bottom five defenders, according to defensive rating: Keegan Murray, Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, Domantas Sabonis, and Harrison Barnes. That's four of your five starters in your sixth man. Now, that speaks more to they're getting the most minutes.
Sure.
That they're going against the starters. I totally get that. Anyways.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it, though?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
What to watch tonight? The Cavs are up 2-0 on the Magic. They go back to Orlando. A lot of scouting. But you know who's going to be? Who might be watching these games very closely? Malik Monk.
Oh, he could be,
because the Sixers return to Philadelphia. You don't want to play in Philly, Malik. They booed Santa Claus.
They did.
Knicks up 2-0 on the Sixers, and the Nuggets up 2-0 on the Lakers. So all three playoff games we have, they switch venues. All three teams either up or down 0-2. No 1-1s tonight.
No.
9.
I don't know. Only 3 of the 8 are that way anyway.
The Giants are off. The A's finish up their series in New York versus the Yankees before they move on to Baltimore. It was certainly not Baltimore this year. They are very, very good. Thank you. Hey, did you know there's an actual Baltimore Oriole?
No. Prove it.
I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
Just produce an Oriole.
And the NFL draft.
Not in my back pocket.
Are you are not going to watch any of the NFL draft?
No, what time is the NFL draft?
I don't know. It's such it to me, it's just the first round too today. That's so time consuming. It's over 3 days. I like to watch it when it's done. Or like the results or the recap.
Right. Round 1 starts at 5, I think. Yeah, and then round 2 and 3 tomorrow at 4.
A couple years ago, I felt it really intriguing when the Niners had jumped up to 3. I'm like, ooh, what are they up to? What are they going to do? We had a lot of talk on it. But, and so many quarterbacks are going to go at the beginning. Every year it happens the same way. The urge to just get the franchise QB, and then some of these teams that do it today will be doing the same thing again in 2 years from now.
Well, it says here, Jason Ross, that and I want to remind you that, this NFL Draft Talk is sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone, where fans can personalize their live sports viewing experience by watching multiple games at once and easily finding their favorite team and stats. The number 1 pick in the draft goes to the Chicago Bears, whose quarterback is now in Pittsburgh. And it says here, Jason, that according to Mel Kiper Jr., the best available player is Caleb Williams, and he plays quarterback.
Never heard of him.
So
what school did he go to?
He went to USC.
Most likely not a good one.
Yeah.
I believe that pronounced.
Wasn't he go to Oklahoma?
USC. Oh. And I think they're pronounced the Trojans. Yeah. His Matt Miller's pro comparison for Caleb Williams is Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
So he's insane.
By the way, the second, according to Mel Kiper, best player available, Marvin Harrison Jr. Guess who his, according to Matt Miller, pro comparison is?
I don't know who.
AJ Green.
What?
How is Marvin Harrison Jr.'s pro comparison not Marvin Harrison? Well, because he could be different. No, he's not. He's his kid. I think that'd be an upset of the year.
True.
Maybe there's a different Marvin Harrison out there. What are the Niners going to do? I don't know, Jason. Let's talk about it. What are the Niners going to do?
Line help.
Yeah.
Corner help, maybe.
Probably.
They always like pass rushers.
Are they going to pick a wide receiver? Because Brandon Ayuk is leaving, maybe, but probably not, but maybe. I don't have an answer for it. I can tell you this is what I can guarantee. As of 9:40 in the morning.
Yeah, on what is that? First Take?
Yeah.
The biggest surprise of the night will be provided by the 49ers.
What?
Dan Orlovsky.
Oh. Well, the Niners, as of right now, are picking 31st out of 32 teams. Honestly, I can all but guarantee you that one of the, if not the biggest surprise of the night, will be the Vegas Raiders. It's just generally a good bet.
Yeah.
Draft's coming up. Yeah, it's probably going to be the Raiders.
Do something hinky.
Yeah, do something Sam Hinkie.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. And, of course, we will talk to you, tomorrow about all that when we return. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. And how about a little crosstalk with Styles and Watkins?
Let's do it.
Let's wrap up the show next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
It's Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you want a deal that's a slam dunk, go see the winning team at Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is your truck headquarters with all your American-made favorites, like America's best-selling F-Series, F-150s, and Super Duties, or spacious new Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. In the Folsom Auto Mall, you can buy any new Ford with zero down on approved credit, save big with low interest finance rates, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Check out the huge selection of inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership to see their most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. They'll help you out. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 35 years and counting.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing.
How did that go in?
Every play,
oh my goodness!
every shot,
Are you kidding me?
every swing is a risk if you bet.
I can't believe that just happened.
There's no easy money. There's no luck. And no one wins all the time. If you bet, bet responsibly and always set a limit. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make languages fun and engaging. You might even forget you're learning. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. Babbel teaches language skills you'll actually use, about travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers, you'll get pronunciation just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long. And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Get Babbel. It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, yeah. We were just having a spirited talk about the NFL draft in just hours. I, for one, cannot wait.
Brought to you by Xfinity.
Brought to you by Xfinity. Alan, go ahead. Why don't you give it a shot?
Yeah, give it a try.
Sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone, the place to find game stats, scores, schedules, and more personalized for you. Sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone.
No, I think no, you did that. No, you didn't have to read it twice.
I know.
Oh, you just did. I thought you were.
I figured that out halfway through.
Gotcha.
Just emphasize it.
Well, that's why we're practicing. Yeah,
practicing here.
All the sports information and live games you need, all in one place.
Well, but who sponsors it?
Well, it was from what I said 2 seconds.
Oh, you were carrying it over. I got you.
There's a ...
I'm honestly going to be. Who are the Niners going to draft
at 31?
Who's going to be there?
Are they going to trade? I don't know. And then when they
questions.
finally decide on the person they're going to draft, how good is that person going to be? And what does that mean for the Super Bowl next year?
I don't know, but I do know we'll have all of the answers tomorrow.
All of them tomorrow.
We'll just know.
Will you
what it's
also
gonna
know
be.
how they're going to do in the NFL?
Yeah, their entire career. Yeah,
it's
it's over.
Laid right out.
Or it's just getting started.
Just getting started. I am excited. 1-800-920-1140 if you have NFL draft takes.
Yeah.
That was a ... It's
the best.
No, I can't stand when people text and they say ...
Yeah, what does that mean?
Are you a ... person, Jason?
That might be.
But I don't know what it means.
Well,
if someone says, I'll see you later.
The only reply.
I'll see you later, ...
I would read that as I'll see you later.
Yeah, I don't have a ... to end it.
Right. Some people do. Yeah. And I don't get it.
No, I'll do that. Like if I don't understand what you're saying, and I'll just put okay. And
sure, but some people just do it to respond. Yeah.
Today's National Hug a Plumber Day.
No thanks.
I don't even want to hug a plumber, but shout out to plumbers.
I was gonna say, my wife's maid of honor, best friend, her fiance is a plumber. So we're watching CBS Sports, something like that on a random Saturday. There was a plumber competition. I'm not kidding. There was a plumber competition, right? I send a screenshot and I say, he should enter this.
Yes.
Right? He entered one of the local ones and he won, and he's going to nationals.
The national plumber competition?
I'm not
What are
kidding.
the events?
I don't know. There's just a lot of pipes.
Do you request a higher salary if you're like, I'm not just some
That's what I'm saying.
24 national champion.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? Is it like who can plunge the quickest?
You got to put the piping together.
Yeah, the snake. Whenever they bring the snake in.
Camera.
What?
Everyone has a good plumber.
Right. Huh? Yeah. I'm just saying, like plumbers, plumbers are never being called out because everything's going great. That's a respectable job. It's your kid plugged up the upstairs toilet. It overflowed. It looked like a gas station bathroom, but worse. It stinks to high hell. You got to go outside and suck up all the toilet paper and turds from some. No, it's disgusting, but there's people out there.
Enjoy your breakfast.
I just realized something about plumbers, guys. Let's go around the room here and then we'll move on.
Not a clean job.
No, I'm a big equity guy, right? Big time. Has anyone seen a female plumber? And then why are we not talk about that more?
I have not.
I have never once ever heard of.
I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there's someone
there
out
are,
there.
but are there hurdles in that business preventing? That's what I want to find out. There's a lot of things in this world I know that are important. That's a fine paying job.
It's
that's a respectable job. Thank you. It's recession proof.
Yeah.
Everybody poops.
Yeah.
It's a fact, man. Oprah wrote a book about it, I thought. Was it Oprah or was it just somebody? I don't know.
You get a poop.
You get a poop. Other than that, it's also National DNA Day.
Okay.
And finally, National Zucchini Bread Day. Can I say I'm out on banana and zucchini bread? It's fine. Wow. It's fine. It's like oatmeal raisin cookies. It's fine. It's fine. But just give me the bread or cinnamon bread, something cool. Don't try to sneak fruits and vegetables into my bread.
If you like
or cookies,
cinnamon raisin,
that's fine.
Toast.
That's
then
good.
You like oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah, but if there's other cookies available, it's like I'll eat a vegetarian pizza. But if there's pepperoni and sausage, just like, hey, I'm taking the meat.
Hey, it is I, pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, how you doing? Oh, I'm pepperoni pizza. Next thing you know, the plumber's coming out. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Happy birthday, Al
Sharpton.
Roker.
Be sure.
Lynn Styles.
Garrhythm.
Al Pacino.
Oh, hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah.
Me and Al Pacino is like, enough with the hoo-ah!
How did he get more Southern?
I don't know, but he did. Al Pacino is 83.
86.
I was going to say 78.
81.
I'm just going to guess it's between Chris and Chris for the win.
Closest one is Carmichael Dave, 84.
Oh. I wish that was.
Happy birthday, Renee
Zellweger.
Correct.
Russo would have been the other one, I guess. I'm not Renee Moore. Renee Zellweger is 52.
Shut up.
55.
Shut up.
You had me at shut up.
50.
I had a crush on her. I'm not gonna lie.
56.
We have a correct answer. Belongs to Alan Stiles, 55.
Well done, Alan Stiles.
Happy birthday, Tim
McGraw.
Anderson.
McMahon.
Tim.
You guys both go.
The Tool Man Taylor.
Hall of Fame
Tim Brown.
basketball player.
Tim Hardaway.
Duncan.
He's
There
not
we
in the
go.
Hall of Fame. Tim Duncan Donuts.
Wow.
Tim Duncan is 42.
Ooh, that's a great guess.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. No,
No.
he's not.
47.
47.
He's
44.
less than 47, but more than 42. Yeah.
I'll say 44.
He turned 46 today.
Oh.
We don't have a correct answer, but the closest Alan Stiles, 48.
Oh,
That's Duncan.
I don't like
Told
that.
you.
I don't like that.
He famously counted and named off all his kids on Hard Knocks.
Florida State's Antonio Cromartie.
Yes, is how old today?
Oof.
What did he have? Like 14 kids?
Yeah,
something crazy.
yeah.
Love that.
Antonio Cromartie is 37.
That'd be it. Yeah. 40.
39.
38.
I'm going to say 37 now. No.
We have a correct answer, and it's Chris Watkins, 40.
Wow.
Big
There you
day
go.
for Antonio Cromartie.
That's our list today. Not a big list.
Great list.
How we doing, Chris?
Okay, good.
What do you do with 14 kids?
Play a lot of
Like, it's just, how do you that's a lot of zone defense.
That's a
like
lot of,
just,
imagine you got to have 3 minivans.
right.
A bus.
Yeah,
A bus.
just a bus.
You'd have to have your own calendar, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
you just. I think that if you have that many kids, you're just praying for death.
Fend for
yeah,
themselves.
That's what I'm
your
doing.
head is just ringing
That's
all
right.
day. It's
That's
just,
great.
What? 13
Self-police.
kids is great. I have 2, and I'm like, nah, it's too many. I need to cut that down in half. I see ya.
you know, like Robert Saleh has like 6 kids.
Really?
How can you be an NFL head coach and have that many kids?
I think you got.
Easy. Be a terrible father.
Or be a bad coach.
I think you called it.
Or both.
What's coming up on the show today, guys?
Roundtable, 11:30.
Oh,
with
pizza?
our guys,
Yes.
Brendan Nunez and Frankie Cardicelli.
How is that not sponsored by Roundtable?
We
Just saying, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the guys to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They,
Yeah, we
they
get
will
them
be
to show
there.
up.
Obviously, we're doing our own version of a draft. Chris and I are drafting with Simone's idea. Thank you, Simone. Chris and I are drafting favorite songs, favorite artists, favorite food, things like that. That is later in the show when we have some fun.
You lost
just
me
like
in the beginning and brought me back at the
just
end.
like these two do.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's Styles and that's Watkins. It's the fastest growing show in everywhere forever. And thanks to Jason and Sam and Chris for love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings
Out
game.
of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes.